there's this old man who's setting up the amateur show. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Him and Milton get into it, right? So then what Milton does is he smacks the living crap out of his son. Come to find out, his son had autism. And Milton knew it. So my boy who knows him, he knows him. He's like, yo, Milton, why would you do that, bro? Still to this day, I remember you did that, man. Yo, 10 years ago, bro, you did that. That was wrong. You know what he said? He said, yo, I had a decision to make. Either smack the shit out of his pops, who's 80 years old, or smack the autistic kid. So you know what? I went for the autistic kid. That's how crazy. Yo, bro, look. Oh, shit. Dead ass. Yo, they wrote a book about him, bro.
Yes, that's in the book. Oh, shit. So,
oh, man. Everything's in the book.
So y'all heard that, man. Welcome to the smoke session, man. We was kicking it backstage, and then, we just went live with the story as it was. So, keep talking about, cause I'm about to share this in a couple of spots.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we could get Milton on. He could tell us his stories, because there was a time where I would have to say, yo, and I remember I was going to 110 PAL, the Police Athletic League. That was the same gym that Kevin Kelly trained out of. And Milton LaCroix had a little goon squad. Meaning, when I call it goon squad, it was like a gang. They were called, I don't know if you ever heard of them, Supreme Team.
Yeah.
Right. So he was the trainer of Supreme, not Supreme Team, the gangsters from South Jamaica, Queens.
Oh.
I'm talking about Supreme Team. It was a boxing. It was like a boxing team.
I heard them too. Yeah, I heard them too.
But they the way they ran things, they were like, how do I say it in a nice way? Like a gang. Like they were just running. They were just running stuff. Like they would come to the gloves and they were just like, yo, give me that. Snatching. Like they had the gloves on lock.
What's popping?
Crush, what you do? Yo, Edith's my dude, Crush right here. Crush came through quick. But you just got off. Crush, you still at work or you just got off?
No, I just got off, bro. I just got off. I got the notification. I said my fucking guy is on. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm going to jump on with my guy. Everybody know I shoot love. So right now is your motherfucking time. I'll get back to everybody else another time, bro. You know how I do.
That's what up, bro. And yo, he right there. He right there from Philly.
Yeah, I'm right from Philly.
Right there in Philly. All of them. So we gonna get down to it. And yo, you know what I want to talk about, bro? Is how do you feel about that Rick Glazer interview?
I can't speak on it because I didn't really see it. But y'all go ahead and let me know what was going on.
Well, to me, it seemed like a shot. It seemed like Fred let him take a shot at the LDBC.
Okay.
It seemed like you got to pay attention sometimes. It seemed like he took a shot at him, like because he didn't correct him on anything.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Whether he was right or wrong, he didn't correct him on anything. He just let him, you know what I'm saying? He let him say some slick shit. And then when Bill jumped on, it seemed like it was a setup for Bill too. Because Bill came on very angry. It looked like the angry black man.
Oh wow, Bill was on there pissed off, yo?
Yeah, Bill was on there too. It was Bill, Rick Glazer. Yeah, another guy up there. And yo, Bill jumped on like bloop, like, the fuck is you saying? What you talking about? I was like, damn, it was like Bill Tupac.
Wow.
He came out there instantly like, what the fuck you talking about? Cruise control. We ain't no motherfucking cruise control. Hold on, let me go get my food. I was like, damn.
Damn.
Yo, Rick brought it to him. Rick told him. He's like, yo, he said you getting paid. What did he say? You getting paid a couple of $1 million.
Good money to be on cruise control to fight guys that it sounds supposed to be. And Bill went off on that shit.
And then Rick said, he's like, yo, I'm not mad at you. You know, you're doing a good job. You're doing a great job, but I'm just saying.
He said, make the fight. He said, stop talking and make the fight with Cambosa. Stop talking on the internet.
Yeah. I did see a little bit of it when I was on Twitter. I mean, so Yeah, I get it, man. But you see how I was last night when they started going there, man. I'm just waving my merciless flag, bro.
Oh,
Cause
man. Did you see how
I
quiet I was on that shit? You see how quiet I got? I ain't want to talk about none of that damn. I ain't no lawyer.
exactly.
I ain't
I ain't
no
no
lawyer.
listen. I ain't no lawyer. I know law, but I ain't getting paid for it. But I understand. But even if you come with some logic, people are always going to think that their opinion is logic. And I'm not arguing logic with just because you sound good, know how to argue. It's just like the James Brown song. Talking loud but saying nothing. I don't have no time for that because it don't get through to those people. And that's this whole thing with Bud and EJ. I simply don't give a fuck. It's a big fucking distraction. We got other fights going on. We not even talking about fighting Ugas unless motherfuckers talking about he's a one-eye Willie, he's a drunk, he's this, he's that, blah, blah,
Oh yeah,
blah.
she
I
was
don't give
going
a
to
fuck
fuck
who
off.
mouth is coming out of. You know what I'm
That
saying?
was
So if it's not going to be based off of logic, skill set, shit like that, then there's no need for us to talk about the sport because we supposed to be all historians of the sport. But a lot of times when we go at the shit personally, we don't sound like we have the boxing knowledge that we have. I'm gonna always be consistent with my boxing knowledge. Boxing knowledge over fuck your fucking feelings. Because at the end of the day, I'm not getting paid. I'm not worrying about their fucking money. I don't care who made the most money. I don't care who didn't make the most money. I don't give a fuck about the pay-per-views. I've been done with pay-per-views since the Floyd and them era, to be honest with you guys. But I have bought a few of them since then. But I ain't gonna be taking my hard-earned money and just think I'm just gonna pay for some shit because I like a guy a whole lot, but he's up here against some shit that should need to be getting a part of that pay-per-view cheese. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck about the shade of your skin. Cause the shade of your skin don't match who the fuck you say you are. You see what I'm saying? So I be sick of that shit. Black
just
this, black that. Motherfuckers walking around with brown skin. Black can't crack, but it's synonymous with fucking pale. What are y'all talking about? I'm gonna leave that alone and keep it boxing. But yeah, Brian, I just want to see the best fight the best. I don't give a fuck about the case. Everybody's acting like Bob Arum is the biggest racist in boxing. The whole fucking goddamn sport of boxing is racist. We so worried about Pamper Bob and worried about Terrence Crawford. We forget that the motherfuckers that run the sanctioning bodies besides them are even more racist than that fuckboy. But we forgot about Suleiman and everybody else. This racist shit been going on since the beginning of boxing. And no, then people try to turn him into a Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, and that's not his purpose. So stop trying to make you a
he just
hero
trying
and
to get his
something
money.
that he ain't. It's about him getting
Yeah,
money.
we
That
said
dude ain't
that
no
shit.
fucking activist. He don't give a fuck
Me and
about
you
that.
the
Go
only
ahead,
ones
cook,
who
yo.
said it. Me and you was like, he trying to get his money. What the hell is y'all talking about?
But you know what my problem is? This is my problem. You wanna try to, like those people out there, they try to defame Bob Arum, right? And this new era, new generation of fans, they forget their history because all of a sudden people think that boxing stops and starts or stops and stops with Floyd Mayweather. But they
Right.
forget who the real GOAT is. The real GOAT is Muhammad Ali. That's the GOAT. And then people try to say, oh, because of what he did outside the ring. No, Muhammad Ali's the GOAT because of the people he fought. That's it. Factual. Muhammad Ali's the GOAT because of his competition. His competition in the heavyweight division was the toughest ever in the history of all of the heavyweight division. Nobody's had a tougher time winning and regaining belts than Ali. That's a fact. I'll argue that with anybody.
Facts, bro.
And
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That is true.
And all of a sudden, they don't want to do their history with Bob Arum because I had to do my research, right? And Bob Arum was big with the Kennedys. You know what I'm saying? He was the Kennedys gopher, and the Kennedys told Bob Arum, "Yo, you need to fix this for us." And who's the one who went to Ali and said, "Yo, I'm gonna put you back in. I'm gonna put you back in." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put you back in.
Right.
And what people don't know, when nobody wanted to give Hagler a shot at the title, who gave him a shot? It was Arum that was backing him. But all of a sudden, Arum is a white devil. Arum is this. Arum is that. You know what I told this one dude? Yo, let me ask you something. How on earth can Aaron be a white devil when he was messing with Muhammad Ali and the Nation of Islam? He go like this to me. What you talking about the Nation of Islam? What you talking about the Nation of Islam? I go, oh, so I guess you don't know that the Elijah Muhammad's son, which I don't know his name, and I'm sorry, the Elijah Muhammad's son was managing Muhammad Ali. And Elijah Muhammad's son started top rank with Bob Arum.
That's facts. That's facts. I can't remember which one of his sons. I don't know if it was Walid or the other one. But yeah, facts, bro. Facts. People don't know what the fuck they be talking about.
But you know what the crazy thing is?
In the
what hurts
words
me is
of the
this
great
is
Roger Mayweather.
Yo, what hurts me what hurts me is all of a sudden we forgot about social activism. We forgot about who Muhammad Ali is. We forgot about the Nation of Islam. Like, are we that twisted that we're riding butt so hard that we forgot the biggest crusader? It was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It was Muhammad Ali. And I'm sorry, I should know this, but Pop knows I catch Alzheimer's. The football player from the Chicago Bears. What's his name?
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown.
Yeah, Big Jim. Big Jim.
So let me ask you a question.
Sam motherfucking Cook.
If Bob Arum was a racist, you don't think Jim Brown would have called out Ali and would have said, yo, my man, why you messing with these devils, bro?
He know the game. He know that, man. Listen, you know what it is? You got some necessary devils that you just got to fucking deal with. You know which ones to deal with and which ones not to.
Come on, listen. When Don King was running stuff, right? Yeah. When Don King was running stuff, what was Don King saying? Oh, if a white dude does it, it's cool. But if I do it, I'm wrong. Did Don King not say that?
Yeah, he said that.
Yes, he did.
So what are we doing here? Like, seriously, what are we doing?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All of us, yo. And then hold on a second. Now, hold on. George Foreman comes and backs Arum. They call him a fanboy. My man, this dude, Timothy Bradley backs him. Oh, Timothy Bradley, he's a sellout. Yeah. But hold on a second.
How can Tim be a sellout? Tim said, not to cut you off, bro, because you can get finished cooking. I didn't have to go through none of that shit. What the fuck is he talking about? Everybody's always trying to.
Last time I checked, man, Andre Ward, and Timothy Bradley were men of color, and Bob Arum gave him a job.
Yo,
Timothy Bradley said, "You don't want to do this
no more." I don't know how I got to this. That's why it's so funny to me. To me and Crush, this shit is. People sue people all the time after their contract. Mikey did it. You know what I'm saying? A couple other people did it.
Who's the first one to do it?
So Bud's not the first. So Bud can fucking
But who's the hold on a second. But check this out. This is what's funny. Bud said that Bob Arum doesn't know how to promote black fighters. Correct?
Right. Correct.
Who's the first fighter that took him that fought him? Who's the first fighter that said, "Yo, F you, I don't need you. I'm gonna do it on my own"? Who's the first?
Floyd.
No, it wasn't Floyd.
It was before Floyd.
Oscar.
It was Oscar.
Yeah.
It was Oscar. Then it was Floyd. Then it was Ricky.
There was a few of them
left. Start going from there. Start going from there, yo.
But hold on a second. But at no time did Oscar ever say that Bob Arum was a racist. But nobody talks about when James Prince wanted to go upside Floyd's head. Who saved him?
Right.
Bob,
who saved him?
Bob.
There you go.
I know that.
But nobody
can't be that damn racist when he kept the goons off your ass. Cause the real racist gonna let them goons of your same kind eat your ass all up. What the fuck are they looking for, bro? What are they looking for?
James Prince, that real goon.
And
I don't know what they're looking for.
It's gotten so bad. I'm gonna tell you, man. It's gotten so bad that we're watering down the word racist, man. That word has been watered down because a true racist ain't messing with you. He don't care how much money you bring, how much money
They don't fuck with you at all. They don't do no type of business with you.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
They want you dead. They want you dead. They want annihilation. They don't want to mess with you. So for you to call
true racist
somebody,
ain't gonna even have you on his payroll.
There you go. Like,
yo, you know what I think that is, man? That whole shit that's the lawyer. Like people say, you let your lawyer do that? If your lawyer tell you this the best way to get the money, hell yeah.
Can I keep it 100 with you?
Case.
Yo, Pop, can I keep it 100 with you?
They haven't been to court. Like you pay the lawyer to get you the money, and then you're gonna tell them, hey, don't do that. You're like, listen, bro, don't fuck all that shit. This gonna start something, and then it's gonna bring it down to exactly what you really want. Like, bro, probably don't even want $10 million. Probably want $3, $4, $5 million. But you don't go you never can go and ask for what you really want.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
And then the crazy thing is, he's asking, to be honest with you, he's asking for chump change. $10 million? That's what you asking for?
That shit sound like me and Chris said, I was talking about it. That sound like the marketing money that Bob should have spent on him.
Marketing move, baby.
I'm gonna break it down to
you. A lot of money. That sound like a couple of dollars to send him to 106 in Park and Hot 97. Send him to some radio stations in Philly, all up the East Coast. Build a fucking fight up.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. And then people talk about that Aaron shitted on Floyd because all Aaron wanted to do was move Oscar. But let's talk about it from a business standpoint. Yo, Oscar was the poster boy. He looked like a Ken from Barbie, right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Oscar he had the story. He was boxing. East LA. He's a Mexican descendant born in America. His mother passed away in the Olympics. His father and everybody trained him. His whole family's around him, and they was just like, he's the goal. All he do is smile and do like this, and he was the Mexican Sugar Ray Leonard. Whole thing was Oscar liked to get wet.
But the crazy thing is, guess what? What did Floyd really do? What Floyd did was he proved Aaron wrong. He proved him wrong. He said, I'm the superstar. You know what I'm saying? And how many people out there go out there and do it against big corporations? Rappers do it, artists do it, people in TV business, Hollywood, they do it. I could do it on my own. And you know what? You'll see a lot of them burn. A majority of them burn. Floyd didn't. Floyd didn't burn. Because guess what? At the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather was special. It's just that Bob Arum didn't see it. Bob Arum didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? And guess who lost at the end of the day? Bob Arum lost. Because at the end of the day, he wished he was still messing with Floyd.
And yo, when's the last time that Bob Arum even thought about putting money into a black fighter like that? Other than
long time ago.
You know what I'm saying?
Time ago.
He got about Floyd and watched him eat and was just like, I'll never make another one of these.
Bob was sitting down and he did the remix to the fucking goddamn one of them old show songs. Oh well.
One of these. Y'all must be crazy.
Listen to the story about a man named Jed. Motherfucker got away from me. He got away from me. Bumped his head and gained his sense. And the boy said, I don't need you. And like I told him, everybody's trying to put the promotion on Bob. Who the fuck? All the top dogs ever in boxing history, all the shit talkers sold themselves. Why you think people love Ali? Because he was exciting in the ring. He talked shit. He talked that shit. He meant that shit. He popping up at niggas' cribs, calling motherfuckers all kinds. He was disrespectful, but guess what? He was selling himself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that made people want to pay to see somebody shut him the fuck up. Bud don't know how to sell himself. So I know he could move crack in Nebraska.
And that's another thing. That's another thing that has Bud against him. And I'm sorry to say, he doesn't have that market. Omaha, Nebraska is not a it's not a boxing market. Just like Boo Boy
just
Friday. Boo Boy Friday, he's from Rhode Island. That's not the only person who made money out of that market was Vinny Pazienza. Because if I'm not mistaken, he was from Rhode Island. But we all know what Vinny Pazienza was and why he got that push. You know what I'm saying?
So
he was the Latino Rocky.
You know what I'm saying?
The in-ring Rocky Balboa. That's who motherfucking goddamn Vinny Pazienza was the real life form of motherfucking Sylvester Stallone in the ring as Rocky Balboa.
But at the end of the day, if we're really gonna talk about it, and we're gonna keep it 100, talent-wise, Vinny Pazienza wasn't shit. But there was a story, and that story sold.
Oh, I love talking boxing and listening to motherfuckers that know the history.
That's what. And the thing with Bud is, if Bud was like Hagler, like, yo, I'm tired of getting jerked, man. I'm coming for dudes' heads. I'm knocking dudes out. I guarantee you, Bud would be making noise. And I think Bud is a great man. He's a great dude. But it's just like you said, he's not promoting himself. Look at the second coming of George Foreman. What was bigger? The first coming of George Foreman or the second coming?
The second coming.
Yeah, the second.
Yo, George found a way. George Foreman was like, yo, I'm going to give him the gift of gab.
You got to market yourself. That's in any part of business. You got to market yourself. You just can't leave it to somebody. I don't give a fuck how much you paying. It's you, motherfucker. You the brand, not the promoter. So you should be marketing yourself and behind it and on a motherfucker neck. He ain't doing it. You keep it moving. You got Bo Mac coming on, exposing you. That's why this court, that shit don't mean nothing. That's why I was trying to tell these people. Y'all talking about what's in the paperwork. These motherfuckers is talking too much. They talk blaming Manny Pacquiao on fucking Bob. But what happened when he got the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao? Oops, I told him not to sign. But ain't nobody bringing that shit up. I don't forget shit. That's why I be in the trench. Oh, we taking the easy route. Jose Benavidez, Amir Khan, Jeff Horn. Fucking Green Beans was kind of rough. That was kind of scared. That was a scare for some motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? So, and you stay there, bro. I'm not going to be somewhere and I ain't happy with the promotion. Yo, I'm the man. Like, you know I'm the man. I got some money. I've been taking this guaranteed fucking money. Instead of going to open up a fucking merch store, you should start your promotional company, motherfucker.
And if we even let's talk about Spence. Spence, if we're gonna keep it 100, official 100, Spence don't talk a lot. Spence ain't a talker. He's not over here. He don't sell himself. It's what he does outside the ring. And most important, where is Spence from?
Exactly. The big
Texas,
state.
bro. Texas.
Yeah.
Texas is Texas when it comes to boxing is no joke.
Exactly.
He started here and then he went there. Oh, look what I got in the building, y'all. Check this one out.
Who we got coming up in here? Who we got coming up here? Please come in peace.
Let me make sure I get up. Here we go. Yeah. And there we go. What's going on, bro? Mr. Ohio is in the building.
Mr. Motherfucking Ohio. What's happening, brother?
What's good, y'all?
What's happening? I'm digging that, bro. I'm digging that. That's hot, bro.
oh yeah, bro. Yo, he does that. Yo, the hat is that's the trademark right there.
Yeah. That's the motherfucking reading the boxing right there, goddamn.
Pretty good, man. I've been just got off.
Who's just trying to jump in over here? It's going down in the building. Hold on, let me get the stream right.
Hey, it's my man. Southern with the motherfucking T. What's up, Skinny?
What we got over here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait for it to pull up.
I like my work, but you know, I'm here for a long time.
Oh, look. Boy, Southern T gonna pull up. What's going on?
So y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to my man pop a lot, pop whatever you going. If you need me, bro, I'll come up on. If not, I chill. I like sometimes chill and let y'all do y'all thing. But I'm here, bro. I'm here. Y'all know it.
For
And
sure,
share
bro. I
this
appreciate
video out.
Anytime.
To share it out.
your platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you know what? You know what Bud should have done? Bud, instead of trying to chase Spence with all the nonsense in that circus, what he really should have done, he should have put his focus on Josh Taylor. Put the bullseye on Josh Taylor. That's what he really should have done.
Why?
What he should have did.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
something else he should have did. Go ahead, bro. My
Go
fault.
ahead, cook. I'm just go ahead and cook on that one because I don't.
Economically, it's a tenfold bigger fight than Spence. And they're from the same promotional, and they're from the same promotional company.
Yep.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think Josh Taylor need people. He needs somebody right now. Having belts goes to show you that it doesn't make you a superstar. Teofimo Lopez went through the same thing when he got those belts and signed with the Thriller and thought he was about to get a whole bunch of bread, and it backfired on him because they couldn't sell tickets.
You know what?
Hold on.
But you know what's the difference? You know what the difference between T.O. and Josh Taylor is?
He has a country.
What is it?
Got a country.
He has a country.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a country, but again, we still haven't seen him do the numbers. One thing we can't do sometimes, we make these predictions like Kimboso, he got a country, but we got to see him when they take these tune-ups because this is how they get money before they actually get to show you the fan and support. We just assume sometimes.
Nah, that's a fact, my brother. In the UK, they'll back a hamster and a rat fighting. In the UK, they'll give two homeless dudes $5 million each and sell out in an arena.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'll give you. You want to know how I could prove it to you? Frank Bruno, bro. They was giving. They love Frank Bruno. So you know, I put it to you like this: why wouldn't Bud try to get that? And it's an easy. Number one, it's an easy fight. It's big money. All he had to do was go to the UK. Go to the UK. You want that money? Go to the UK. And they're fighting in what? How many fit in those football stadiums?
Dude, they can send it to 72. The 70. They can they can stack that bad boy up.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this right now. And you know what? I gotta be careful how I word this. What? Oh man, I gotta be careful how I word this because the way things are nowadays, man, you say the wrong thing. Next thing you know, you living in a homeless shelter. Aaron Pryor's biggest fight. Who was it with?
Alexa Grillo.
Yeah, that was.
There you go.
Yeah, a girl. Yeah.
There you go. Manny Pacquiao's biggest fight was with who?
Floyd Mayweather.
Or Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah, Floyd is the biggest.
Huh?
Floyd would be the
Floyd,
biggest.
when it comes to the money, it's Floyd. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, who was
the money? It's Floyd.
Who was it before that?
Floyd.
Before that, it was Marquez.
Yeah, Cotto.
When it comes to the pride, it's Marquez.
Yes.
Marquez, when it comes to the pride, when you like you want to, you know it's gonna be a knockout drag.
Now we're talking about we're talking about straight up money. We're straight up money.
Floyd. It's Floyd. Floyd got all the numbers.
Okay, so now Floyd got all the numbers, right? Floyd got all the numbers. So Floyd fought for a pack, correct?
Yep.
Floyd fought Oscar, correct?
Correct.
Floyd fought Cotto, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, is it established? It's a known fact that Floyd Mayweather is the smartest person in the history of boxing.
Yes, I know he is. I've been saying that.
As a boxer, he definitely is.
Business-wise.
Yeah.
Business-wise.
Listen,
he's probably one of the best business minds in sports, period, overall.
Okay.
I mean, it's
So
wow.
so basically, Floyd knew demographics and color means a lot in this business. You want to make money? Go find that dude that don't look like you. Go find and live and it's from somewhere and he's from somewhere. That demographically they get that push.
But see, this is the problem I have with that. What you're saying though, Terrence Crawford is not Floyd Mayweather, and Terrence Crawford is not thinking about the race side. He's fighting. He wants to fight the best. He's not in it for just all about the money. Of course, you want the money, but he want Earl because everybody think Earl is the best in that division. So
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Time out.
Hold on, quick. Let me finish real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
But if he fights Josh Taylor,
go ahead.
I mean, Crawford has stopped 7 opponents straight, moved up to 147. Impressive, right? And he stopped Sean Porter, which is impressive. You can't tell me no one's gonna really give him credit for fighting Josh Taylor, who's moving up, and that's gonna be his first fight against Crawford at 147.
Wait, last time I checked, John Mugabe, the real beast, was the man at 154. He went up to 160 to fight Marvin Hagler, and that fight was huge.
I'm talking about what people think of Crawford. I'm not talking about that. Josh Taylor is undisputed. He's going to move up to 147. His first fight to be against Crawford. Crawford winning, it's still going to be some criticism there. Let's say if Crawford dominate this man. You talking about money, I get that, but we talking about the legacy. Crawford is older now. He's getting older.
My brother, you're telling me that at Crawford's age, right? Because last time I checked, it's called prize fighting, not legacy fighting. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard of it being called legacy fighting.
Which one? Hold on. Which one you want though? Which one you want? Legacy or prize? Because Demetrius Andredes, he went for the prize, and we see where he's at now. Which one you want? He didn't fight Charlo. He went for the prize. Where is he at now? So we got to pick and choose which one we want because it can backfire on you too. Demetrius Andredes went for the prize.
That too.
He went for the prize.
He
didn't fight Charlo. He wanted the prize, so DAZN gave him the prize. And look where he's at now. Dillian White went for the prize. He didn't want to go Ortiz and then Wilder. He said, I'm gonna go this route. So it's consequences when you just want to go for these prizes. That's what I'm saying. There's some
brother, you know what we need to get off of? My brother, you know what we need to get off of? We need to get off of those undefeated, man. Yo, it's okay to take a loss. It's boxing. It's okay to take a loss. All the forefathers have taken losses, man, and they did all right. How many losses did Sugar Ray Leonard take? How many losses did Durant take? Hagler took some losses, and so was Tommy Hearns. Last time I checked, they were called the Four Kings.
Right. I agree with you. Also, but let me say this real quick. Now, what Crawford should have did, because Josh Taylor fight, in my opinion, it's not a fact, I'm just stating an opinion, it's too late now. Because everybody talk about undisputed, okay? Pop already know where I'm about to go with this. All right, I'm 50 plus years old. So I know what a real undisputed champion is. Real undisputed champions don't drop the belts and move up, they defend them. Okay? So if you grab all belts and then you vacant, you was just a title holder of that title. He didn't defend the shit. Now where Crawford could have really became the fucking man, and we talking purse-wise and legacy-wise, he should have stayed his ass at 140. Because there was a whole nother class of dudes that was ducked that probably would have been the champions if the motherfuckers that Crawford fought didn't duck these dudes. There was a whole line of guys down there. He would have be taught my accolades. If he would have stayed there and defended undisputed against the Josh Taylors and the Ramirez and all those guys, those better versions, because we know in down going up, whoever he got them belts from was not the best at that weight class. And I'm not going to let nobody try to slide that in. So if he really wanted to do what he's claiming to be, he would have did that. Now him fighting Josh Teller now. Fuck that.
Nothing.
He's moving up. You got mother. He's saying fucking Boots ain't ready, but Josh Teller is. Are you fucking serious? Boots will beat the fucking brakes off of Josh Teller. I think 3 rounds.
I think I'm gonna disagree with the Undisputed right now when it comes to them defending it in this era, in this generation. Back then, they fought more and they fought bigger fights. We don't have that now, so we have more.
Yeah, that's what they should be doing now. Right. I feel you.
I get you. No, I get you from that standpoint because Bernard Hopkins. How do you hit 22 title defenses? I mean, he was we only had 6 undisputeds. Well, before that, 5? It really wasn't that many. And mark my words, I think we're gonna have about 14 to 15 undisputed champions by 2027, because everybody is going for these accomplishments and accolades now, where you can just get vacant belts here and here. Look, Canelo, he's moving up and down. So they're manipulating the system now with these accolades instead of making these big fights. But me personally, I'm an advisor. I invite some of these Ohio guys, and I would tell you, if Dave's in the situation where a guy has 4 belts and he talks to me, I'm gonna tell him this one thing: who's in your division deserve all 4 titles at one shot. When you done went and got all of them, you Thanos, you done went and got every stone. And you mean to tell me one person can just come and take it from you when you done worked your ass off and got all these stones, and one person just come and just beat you and he grabs all of them? Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second.
It's called
business.
Business, I feel you, but that's how you get the best fighting the fucking best, bro.
No, but hold on. But that's how you get that's how you also get the James Buster Douglas, who people don't even like. He can't sell, so it messes up. It can also ruin the domino effect. This is why they say a person can fuck up the bag. You know what I'm saying? I believe everybody should get an opportunity, but you also got to be smart too. There's some. I don't even think Teofimo, in my opinion, if I was advising him, he shouldn't have fought Camboso. You should have fought Devin.
Damn right.
You should have fought Devin if you want to fight for undisputed. You don't fight Camboso. That's just my opinion.
But if we're gonna talk about
Camboso, because there's some bozo shit.
But if we're gonna talk about Cambosis, and we're gonna look at his pedigree, and listen, I don't want to. I'm talking because I don't want to talk bad about a fighter. Because who am I? I always say I'm nobody. I'm a piece of shit. I'm gonna be immortal. Those are gladiators. I'm gonna be immortal. But if we're gonna talk about die-hard boxing, on paper, Cambosis is doggy doodle. Let's keep him 100. He struggled against Mickey Bay. My man struggled against Mickey Bay, and Mickey Bay was out of the game for how many years?
3 years.
Come on, bro. Like, let's be real. Yo, the only reason why T.O. lost that fight.
I love it over here. It get rough over here. I love it over here.
T.O. lost that fight to himself. He ain't lose that fight to Cambosis. And going back and
real quick, let me get this. Shy said Crawford gonna be all right. Just wait all the smoke cleared. He got 2 big options. Y'all just don't know. A lot of y'all are easily distracted. I keep saying it, man. Bud can fight for 2 undisputed.
Hold on a second. Let's talk. We're talking about Taylor. We're talking about Taylor, and we're talking about Spence. Now, people are gonna say,
"No, we're not talking about that one. He can jump,
huh?
He can jump. He can jump a weight class, bro."
No, but what I'm saying is, right now,
the same thing they're telling Boo Boo and Charlo to do. Right now, Bud can do the same thing that they're telling Boo Boo and Charlo to do. He can wait till after the April fight. Who wins at 154, right? And then all he gotta do is say, "I'm moving up to 154. I'm the WBO champ. I'm invoking my clause. I want an undisputed fight."
Yeah, I've been saying that Brian Castano would have been a good fight for him because it was with the WBO connection way before the Charlo fight. So yes, he definitely can, but we don't know if that's what he's gonna do because a lot of people don't understand with these boxers. This is why
that's his plan B. I think that's his plan B though. I just think that's plan B. Like if the Earl don't work out, they like, "Oh, what you gonna do now, bud?" I'm gonna go up and fight undisputed, and then wait for Earl to come up because he said he's coming up.
But he still has to go across the street because Bud has been showing the signs that he doesn't want to work with Al. Why are you going to the sanctioning bodies asking them to mandate you a fight with Earl Spence when they only did it for 3 fighters? That's Lomachenko, Triple G, and Kovalev. Go to PBC, sign with PBC, find a fighter one-off. You don't have to sign a 2 or 3 fight deal.
Yeah, so but don't you think that's what Al's gonna want? 2 or 3 fight deal?
What you mean with Al?
Yeah.
No. If he's in Canelo, Crawford is in a position, in my opinion, where he has that leverage where he doesn't have to sign for 1 or 2. If Al don't want to sign for him to a 2-fight deal, he don't have to take that. He can be like, hey, it is what it is. If he fight Thurman would be a good fight for him. I think Thurman would be a good fight for him. But we got to remember that WBO is going to be a mandatory soon too. Whoever his voluntary is his next fight, after that, it's going to be a mandatory.
But at the end of the day, right? You spoke about Thurman. Wouldn't he be making more money fighting Taylor?
Yeah. Somebody asked about Josh Taylor, right? We talking about Josh Taylor, right? I'm gonna put this up. I want y'all to see this. Josh Taylor's net worth is $2 million. His biggest payday was $1 million. So fighting him makes no sense for Bud. That'll be Josh Taylor's biggest payday.
But that's
why I never understood why the Josh Taylor shit was why people kept saying Josh Taylor.
Now, I'll put it to you like this. Whatever Josh Taylor was making, that $2 million, that's without being undisputed, right? He was making $2 million, $1 million.
I think for undisputed, he got paid $1 million.
Right, but he wasn't expected to win that fight. It's what he's gonna make now. It's what's he gonna make now? Because he hasn't fought since he's been undisputed, correct?
Who?
Josh
no,
Taylor.
He hasn't fought.
Okay then. So this is where the big dollars is gonna come. Now people are gonna say, if he beats Josh Taylor, they're gonna be like, yo, that's not a big win. He was supposed to beat that. He was supposed to get that win. It's not a big win for Terrence. But if he beats Spence, what's the first thing they're gonna say? First thing they're gonna say is, yo, detached retina. Spence ain't the same fighter. It's gonna be the same thing.
Nah, I don't think it's gonna be it's gonna be a real big fight that everybody want to see. Everybody gonna always have an excuse, no matter what. I'll just say Josh Taylor moving up to 147 against Crawford, who's paying out big, bro. It's not. I don't even think that fight gonna be competitive. I picked Josh Taylor in a lot of fights, so I like Josh Taylor. People can't tell me nothing about Josh.
I'm just talking about. Forget about Josh Taylor in the UK is making numbers, bro. Those dudes in the UK, when it comes to boxing, they don't play. It's a fact. Eddie Hearn said it. In the UK, the fans go as soon as the doors open. They're in there already. It's already a packed house.
So I know. I get that, but Crawford doesn't do nothing for the UK. He needs to be in the American soil, bro. He needs to be here across the street. We don't care about the UK. They don't. You see that they don't care about us as much, bro. I'm looking at it from a standpoint where he should be able to fight Earl Spence or Thurman across the street in America, bro. In America, I get what you're saying. That's still a fight. That's still an option for him. But it seems like he's going to be forced to take that option if he don't get these fights that he wants.
But what I don't understand is you say here, when here don't make. But hold on a second. Mike Tyson went across the pond how many times to get that bag?
Wait, hold on. I gotta get the comment in. Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio, here's a comment for you up here's a couple. Yeah. Ohio runs boxing. Al Heyman, your guy head PR, said they don't have the funds, my guy.
Yeah. I did hear that.
Over there at BBC said they don't got the funds.
Yeah, they've been on the I think they've been on a tight budget based on how they've been moving. Absolutely. But they also said Al Heyman was supposed to be out of business 4 or 5 years ago, but HBO was the one that went down. So it's always funny, man. People look for every little thing.
Yeah, HBO went down.
Yeah, but they was looking, but Al was the one in the
HBO was no longer. I heard about him coming back. I heard him come back up though. I heard about they trying to bring the HBO boxing back.
But hold on a second. They said the same thing about Don King. How many years was Don King supposed to be out of the business? And he's finally out.
No, he's still in. He got a show down here. He got a show down here in Warren. He got his cruiserweight.
Okay, how much does it cost? How much does it cost to go watch the fight? A bag of peanuts?
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean, but he's still in the business. You talking about
My
completely
brother,
out.
he ain't-
He's not. He's no longer the big.
he ain't
He's
in
no
the
longer the man. He's no longer the man. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. So
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
no longer
Like,
the man.
He still work with Al Heyman.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
still does work with Al Heyman.
His reputation is what got the best of him, though. And a lot of fighters that still sign with
Yeah.
him is because of vulnerability. They really don't have nowhere else to go. And then you got Don, who's a legend. It's like, hey, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where Bobby. That's where Don is. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though.
listen,
Yeah.
and my opinion goes like this. I don't care what anybody says. Spence versus Bud is not gonna be Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy. It ain't gonna be Aaron Pryor versus Arguello. It ain't gonna be none of that. That fight is not for the casual. And everybody knows if you want to make money, you gotta attract the casuals. That fight right there, Spence and Bud, that's for us, the diehard fans. Neither of them dudes is pushing those numbers.
No, I agree. I do. I definitely agree with you when it comes to that. But as fans, we still want to see guys we invested in all these damn years. Period. We need our fights too. I get what you're talking about with the casual, but we need our fights too. I tell people all the time.
This is like 8, 9. It's 8 years in the making.
No.
Can I get my guy?
Yeah, we need that too. We need our fights. That's
I want my fight. 8 years in the making. I want my damn fight. Give me my fight.
We didn't get Wilder versus AJ. We talked about that for 2 to 3 years until they fell off.
I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Jermell Charlo versus Hurd. We didn't get that. We was talking about that unification. They on the same side of the street and they still didn't get in that fight. Kovalev versus Donna Stevenson. We was talking about that. We was beasting that up. They didn't fight. Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe. We was talking about that. They didn't fight. Like I can go on and on when it comes to fights that we didn't get to see, but we talked a lot about.
I put it to you like Ike Quartet, Felix Trinidad.
Yes, I wanted to see that so bad, yo. The bazooka.
But you know what? Like the saying goes, man. Yo, those are the breaks. You know what I'm saying? Those are the breaks, man. You know. Listen, I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. When I was a young buck. And I'm not talking bad about nobody. If you love boxing, man, listen, we all a family. We love it. How we want to love it is all on each's individual. But my thing now, and my age, you know what I'm saying? My number one thing when it comes to fighters, I call them gladiators, health and wealth. I want them to have all the money they can get and enjoy their wealth with health. You know what I'm saying? And my honest opinion, if you ain't about that, then you ain't a real fan. I'd rather see Errol Spence right now retire and be able to see his kids with both eyes and not one.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I agree with you, bro.
You know?
We got a question.
And there's many fights. And at this point, let's talk about it, man. They're not gonna make a mega payday, bro. That's not a big fight.
I just don't see that. Some people saying that fight 50 million. I don't think it's worth 50 million.
They lost their mind.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people. I'm hearing people say that. I don't think it's worth that much.
Maybe about between 15 and 20.
I'm with
top.
you on that one.
I'll put it to you like this. Which one of them is a Sugar Ray Leonard, charismatic? Which one of them is a Tommy Hearns, straight killer? Straight killer. Tommy Hearns didn't talk, but he was a killer. Tommy Hearns was kill or be killed. That's why you pay for Tommy Hearns.
Yeah, but Terrence that dog. Hey, I got a question. He
more the silent type. Don't say shit. Oh, well, Ohio, I got a question for you. He said, "Well, if anybody know who is AB in training to fight? Cause we see him training, but who is he fighting?
We don't know yet.
Omar,
what's his name?
Omar Figueroa is his next fight.
Okay.
He taking the Omar fight.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this a couple months ago, y'all. So I'm a little hype about that one because he said he's gonna take that Omar Figueroa fight. I was talking about the kind of man. He said he don't got to take that. He said that Omar Figueroa fight gonna be, maybe a little tune up for AB, get him back.
Yeah, I just think, and it's still a risk fight. I don't know. People act like
it's still a risk
because he's fighting
a risk fight. But this is a fight I think he can win. This is a fight I think he can win. I think AB could have won a lot of his fights that he lost. He just still shell shocked on that Madonna shit, man.
AB could have won all his fights.
Yeah, AB is bad, man.
AB could win all his
AB,
fights.
I think AB is I think he's been the same. He just his power didn't carry as much to 147. He's always been out punched in every round by every person he fought. He was hurting the guys. He would be out punched. They would throw 120 punches. He would throw 30, but he knocking them motherfuckers out. Like, y'all go look at the copy box. This has been has always been that guy. His power just didn't carry up, but he had dog. That's why I like Madonna fight so much, because you moving up trying to dog walk Madonna. Nigga,
2 weight classes.
He tried to dog walk Madonna, bro. And I'm like, really? So
as a blown up welterweight, you trying to dog walk.
You trying to dog?
I fought with AB. I remember one time they asked AB, they said, "You going back to 147?" AB was like, "I don't know, man." He's like, "Them motherfuckers big, man. I don't know. They got me last time. You won't get me this time."
AB ain't no bigger than 140, man. You know what I mean? And then we also got to remember, you know, he jumped up so fast. You see what I'm saying? So he took a fucking teleport 2 weight classes and then stayed up there. Now, if AB would have gradually worked his way up there, if he would have gradually worked himself up there, it would have been a little different.
They didn't give him money, bro. They gave him money to jump directly up there. Like AB, what AB getting paid, what he was getting paid is what these dudes is looking for now. AB been getting the 3, 4, 5 million a fight. He been on Showtime. Paid, man. He been getting all that when he was a baby. So
I'm gonna tell you in my opinion. I'm gonna tell you what hurt AB. What hurt AB is the same thing that's hurting this generation of fighters. This generation of fighters, just like AB, they don't believe in going to a real training camp like Big Bear, California. These new generation of fighters, you know, they want to be hanging out in the club, messing with the bling bling. You know what I'm saying? And this is a combat sport. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's all of them, though. I don't think that's all of them. There's some of them like that. I think you got some of the spoiled Al Hammond fighters that would probably do that, but I don't think you got a lot of them like that. You got Andre Ward, the Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, Devin Haney. Those guys, man, they work 24/7. And Enos. Enos ain't no club. He ain't no club.
Yeah. I know. I'm right in Philly, bro. So
that boy,
I'll be at the gyms this year. He's a workhorse, man.
So yeah, but I see what he's saying though. We do have a lot of fighters more relaxed now.
They pacified, bro. You're right.
We do though. We do have some though, but I know we got some workhorses out there.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. There was a 147-pound champion, right? 147-pound undisputed champion from New York City. That if he would have had that old school mentality, he would have put Floyd on his back.
Come on, Zab.
There you go.
Come on, Zab, dude.
Listen, Zab Super Judah. Zab Super motherfucking Judah, dog. If he didn't have the little toxic energy in his corner too, because his dad knew boxing, but his dad was toxic. Mm-hmm. If Zab had a clear path, like the brother said, man, Zab would have spanked a lot of dudes, dog.
What?
I used to love Zab, man. Oh my God. And I met him in person a couple times. He's always a straight up thorough ass dude, man.
Yeah.
What? And that motherfucker was freaky with it. You hear me? He was freaky, man. This dude had one punch knockout power in both hands.
Speed.
He's a southpaw. Speed. Oh my, he had everything, man. You know, just his chin and that lack of discipline and focus, man. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, he was an animal, dog. I won so much money on Zab in my 20s, man.
Listen, that's the problem. That's the problem with New York City fighters. New York City fighters, they get involved in the hype and it messes up their head. You gotta go. Listen,
go ahead and get the Edgar. Go ahead and get the Edgar. Now, I know that's what you want to talk.
Just saying. It's a fact. Guess what?
Yeah.
Listen, you gotta go country. You gotta go country. You gotta go country. You gotta go to the woods, and you gotta go get that axe. And if you ain't willing to go to the country, and you ain't willing to play with that axe, you ain't going nowhere. It's a fact. Our forefathers taught us this.
Chris, when I be telling you, hold on, y'all. Crush. I be telling you that like I know somebody who he be hard on Edgar because he letting the hype and all the glamour and glitz get to him.
Talking about. Okay, that's what's
He
up.
on
That's
his
what's
ass.
up.
Oh, listen, I
Yeah.
listen.
He on his
Listen,
ass.
I'm the same fucking way. Goddamn, on that neck.
I know a lot about Edgar, but I know a lot about him. But I actually like the way they promoting him. They promoting him like a boogeyman monster. That's what they're trying to do. And you need some Puerto Rican. We need Puerto Rican fighters, man. We need more of them. To be honest, to you.
Yeah, you definitely need him.
Huh?
He just like he want him. He want his ass out of New York. If he's not out of New York, he want him all the way up state in fucking mountains by the prisons.
Listen. You know what's the difference between, you know what's the difference? I'm gonna put it to you like this. You know what's the difference between a boxer and a thoroughbred? Ain't no difference, man. When you got a $5 million horse, you don't let him hang out with mules and donkeys, bro. You feed him.
Say that again.
I said there's no difference between a boxer and a thoroughbred. When you got a thoroughbred, you ain't letting them hang out with donkeys and mules.
Mm-hmm.
You keeping them in the best stables.
All year.
You keeping him in the best stables. You know what I'm saying? He's getting the best of the best. You know? And guess what, man? Once you start putting them gold chains with diamonds in them, those Rolexes, man, your mind starts playing tricks on you.
I think
Get a voice.
We had a question about AB getting more money also with Omar Figueroa.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how much I don't know how much he's getting with the Omar Figueroa. But the Conor Benn, like I said, the Conor Benn, where Broner is in his career now, he's trying to set up where he's gonna try to get another title run. So he probably need take another tune-up. It doesn't really, the money is gonna be good, but he's really trying to put himself in a position because he's gonna be fighting on pay-per-view after this Omar Figueroa. I don't think this fight is gonna be free. This is not even gonna be a pay-per-view. So
okay.
So he's setting himself up for pay-per-view. It's all he's looking more about himself now. AB fought everybody. AB fought and didn't question. AB didn't ask about who you the A side. I gotta bring these many people. He didn't do that. Broner just fought, and now he need to get his roses. Give Broner his roses now that he's trying to move the way he's trying to move.
Yeah, that's fact.
Yo, what up, T?
That's fact.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
What fighter do you think right now? What fighter right now do you think could give AB that payday?
What fighter right now?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Call me crazy, but this fight can happen in Cleveland if he can make the weight. Montana Love is becoming a real. He signed with Matchroom, and I think them fighting in Ohio will be a real big fight. And I think Eddie will pay some money to have an Ohio versus Ohio with Montana Love and Broner. But that fight ain't gonna happen because Montana already told me. Broner hit him up. It's like you like a big brother. But Montana is looking for a big fight because Eddie is. I think he promised him 2 fights in Cleveland, and they trying to fight where Jake Paul fought when he fought on the undercard of Jake Paul. That is big. So I don't know who Montana is trying to get, but Broner was the name. But the finish answer your question. If it ain't Montana. Man, the real big. I like Regis Prograis. I think Regis Prograis will be a good fight. You know what I mean?
Yo, you're gonna think I'm in love with the dude. I just think it's easy money. You think you're gonna think I'm in love with the dude, but guess who I think?
Who?
The Golden Goose, Josh Taylor. And you think I don't want you to? I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Just telling you.
AB versus Josh.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm that nigga put the belts up, man.
And I guarantee you, Josh Taylor will be like, nah, I'll take a pass on that.
No, Josh Taylor will fight him. I think.
You think so?
I think Broner. The one thing you can sell with Broner is that you can probably try to stop him. No one stopped Broner. He didn't drop, but you can try to pitch that like I'm gonna stop this kid. So I think that would be a good pitch. But I don't see nothing wrong with Josh Taylor and Broner. I think the money they will pay for that. But I don't see nothing wrong.
We could agree on that, right? That's big money right there, right?
I don't. Yeah,
that's big money.
Willing to pay. But if you go to the UK,
AB gonna sell that fight.
AB gonna sell that fight. Hell yeah.
Gonna sell the fight.
Hell yeah.
AB Taylor. If it's 4 belts on the line, Yeah.
Yo, I put it to you like this. Yo, call me crazy. I could see AB pulling the Bernard Hopkins
You know what
thing
you mean?
and taking the flag, that UK flag, and stomping it on the floor in the UK.
Hey, that's funny you say that. Hey, that's funny you say that because I always told people if Crawford wanted that Pacquiao fight, he would have took the flag and burned it, and that would have been controversial. That would have been controversial, but I guarantee you, Manny's Pacquiao wife would have been mad. His kids would have been mad. Everybody would have been forcing Manny to fight Crawford, bro. Sometimes you gotta do that. That's why I respect Rolly. Rolly wasn't the top guy to fight Tank. He finessed his way up there. You gotta talk your way. You gotta do certain things to get yourself.
Sell yourself.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man. When y'all see certain Ohio guys in certain positions, know that I done probably pitched it to them to do something crazy. Just know that we gonna finesse our way into getting a bag. Fact.
I know that's right.
That's a fact.
Oh man. So,
yeah, I hear it.
But I respect Josh.
Hey, look, they say, bro, you been lying.
Josh Taylor is a beast, man. When people was calling me crazy when I was picking him against Regis Prograis, he beat one of my guys, Ron Martin. He schooled Ron, and I thought Ron is,
I've seen that fight.
Ivan Berlichek. I mean, the dude got a nice resume. You can't even downplay what Josh Taylor has accomplished early in his first 18.
I like Josh Taylor.
Victor Posto. I mean, stop it. I mean,
I just think economically, he got the goods.
Well, I would love to see whoever he fight in the UK. Like I said, he going to the 147, but it's going to be crazy because Josh Taylor is pretty much going to be in the same situation Crawford was with Top Rank. Like, you go to 147, let's just say Crawford drops the WBO at 147, don't want it. You're going to be in the same situation. Top Rank, I mean, we got all the, PBC got all the welterweights over there. What are you going to do with Josh? So that's the question. What are they going to do with Josh if he ain't got, what I'm saying? They got to start doing something.
What about Victor Ortiz?
I like Victor Ortiz. I thought he should have fought Rashidi Ellis, to be honest.
No, I'm saying, what about Josh Taylor and Victor Ortiz?
Good fight. I think that'll be a great fight.
But it could be done though, right?
Hell yeah. Absolutely that can be done.
And Boots?
And Top Rank, yeah. Absolutely. I still thought Virgil should have fought Rashidi a couple of years back before he actually fought Mauricio Herrera, but they've been freezing my boy out, and that's why I was telling people I thought Golden Boy should have been the one getting a lawsuit filed because of their racist emails, and then you got receivers on the darn. Like, what are y'all talking about? If you want to talk and look at all eight champions, like you talking about. On now.
Yo, look at my face, bro. Look at my face. That's a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit.
That's a lawsuit, bro.
That's a lawsuit.
You got Rashidi Ellis who's undefeated sitting on the shelf.
That's a lawsuit
for Golden Boy. And I already know we got a couple fighters. We had this cat named Chris Peterson who actually upset a Golden Boy fighter. I forgot his name. He was from Brazil. He was an Olympian who won the bronze. My boy Chris upset him. De La Hoya signed Chris because they was supposed to shelved him, bro. 3 fights. And he actually got hurt too, but they didn't even do nothing with Chris. And then you had a guy out of Texas, what's his name? Trevin, who trained with Aaron Wolf. With Aaron Wolf. He's trained with her. He got a couple knockouts on TV. They ain't do nothing with him, bro. Like, Golden Boy is straight. You can see it on when it comes to Golden Boy. But as far as the Top Rank, I would say they would show favoritism, but more about races and all that being no, they show favoritism. I think De La Hoya, Cotto, Mayweather, they all went through that. As soon as they get up to the high level, it become money issues, and then they don't really get pushed like they think they should. So that's why they leave. So that's the one thing about Top Rank. But when it comes to Top Rank, I tell all our fighters, Top Rank have you fighting. You have 12 fights in 2 years.
But I put it to you. But you know what though? I put it to you like this: Oscar De La Hoya, and Floyd showed us one thing. Yo, once you get to the big leagues, eliminate the middleman and do it yourself.
Everybody don't work like that though. I get you. Everybody don't work like that though. Crawford is a true example of that. He just like fighting. He don't really care about the business. Everybody like, you want your own promotional company? No. No, Bomac doing his thing. So I think there's fighters that want to just fight. They don't want to know all that other stuff, man. But we are getting to the point where they have to know it. They have to be educated on this stuff so they won't get used and abused, man. You don't know how many cats I know that fighting. They under a contract that's for 4 years, and the promoters don't like them. So you got promoters that's actually making phone calls to this day. Hey, I want to get. Can you match him up with so and so? Because I want him to lose. You got their own promoters trying to match him up to lose. So you got situations like that where they need to learn the game and understand what they're getting themselves into, or you're gonna be in a hot mess, man. So that can definitely happen.
100%, 100. That's you know what? That's a huge part of the game, because you could be the best fighter in the world, and if you're not taken care of, you're not gonna make it.
Yep. Because
let me tell you something right now. A matchmaker could do you in so bad that it's game over for you. I put it to you like this: you could be the hottest thing since sliced bread. If you got 5 tough fights back to back to back to back, bro, you ain't making it to the promised land. You can't. The deck is stacked against you.
Tevin Farmer.
There you go.
Everybody like, why Tevin Farmer ain't coming back? I'm tired, man.
Coming back now. He coming back.
But you know when they was rushing him to come back, like, where you at? I'm tired.
I definitely
But I give you
you know what? I got my business. A lot of money. Farmer ain't broke. That's another thing you can say.
I'll give you a perfect scenario. Look at Gary Russell. He's the longest reigning. Am I right or am I wrong? The longest reigning champion right now.
But that plays a role too, because that boy, that money is good. He only fight once a year. He actually fighting like the day his mandatory, like he, like his limit. Like he fighting. He's so comfortable, and that's the curse when you giving fighters too much money. They don't want to fight. It's like, man.
So you're saying that's what Gary's issue is? He's getting paid, and
I personally believe that's Gary's. Gary is comfortable fighting once a year. Who's comfortable fighting once a year? He don't care about being a star. He don't care about none of that. That boy, he good, and he'll talk his stuff, but he'll fight a whole year. I made a joke saying,
you got the sauce.
I actually made a joke saying I can't wait to see him fight in 2027.
He got a tough fight. He got his hands.
You call him the Tom Brady of boxing?
Man.
Yo, he's funny as shit.
2027. You want to know something too about Gary Russell? Gary did that shit that we said. Gary did, and it kind of made him look bad when he went into Leo Santa Cruz's dad, and you know what I'm saying, dad ended up really having cancer then, and then you know what I'm saying, why your son won't fight me and shit like that. That shit make you look like the villain, man. You ran out on the cancer patient.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it, but again, it's about finessing your way into getting a fight. I would have told him to do something like that. Like, you got to try to get these guys to fight.
That would have been all gravy if then come out later that Leo dad was, you know what I'm saying?
Right, I got you.
That's like, if it wouldn't have been none of that, he'd have been straight. That would have been like, now you gotta fight him, Leo. But because of that, Leo was like, fuck you, motherfucker. You never get a title shot. I never fight you. I'm fighting Tank. How you like that? I'm fighting the dude you want to fight. I'm gonna get your payday. That's what he did. And he's still not fighting him.
Nope.
He's still not fighting Gary.
Now, if Gary could get past this fight right now, which is a tough fight, you think he'll get tagged?
No.
They're gonna have to do something, because
he gotta move up, man. I don't care what they do. He gotta move up. Gotta move up first. He gotta get up first.
I don't think he should, even though he fights his brother on the regular, I don't think you should jump 2 weight classes and fight Tank.
Oh no, he should go to 130, man. She go to 130.
Tank not going back down to 130.
No, I'm talking about Gary, not Tank. Gary should go to 130.
I mean, okay, then we got
Cobra.
That's what you can fight Cobra.
I like Cobra. Cobra at 130. Cobra and him can actually make that fight. Cobra and Gary.
And Cobra was talking shit about Gary.
You got some cats at 130.
You talk shit about Gary. He said he would mop the floor with Gary.
Yeah, Cobra talks shit about a lot of people.
Bro, he said he'll mop the floor.
Man, Gary,
Hey, I met Cobra
Man,
in
he
New York.
decimate fucking Cobra, man. He decimate.
Bro,
Fuck out here.
Cobra ain't no how he can't be about 5'5", man. That boy is small, man.
Hey, listen,
Man,
when you
Gary
jump
will
out there and
fuck
say,
him up.
I do Gary dirty, I don't think it'll go the distance. What? Who the fuck are you?
Mm.
When you say, Gary makes that $1 million a fight and he not on here buying jewelry and flashy cars, he not spending more money than he making like some of these other talk about serious soft business. That's a shot at, oh fuck it. That's a shot at Devin Haney, you showing her, you showing on Instagram, you buy $1 million worth of jewelry, and Cambosis be like, hey, sell your jewelry to make the fight. That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah, I definitely seen that.
That's some fucked up
Hey,
shit.
that was foul, bro. That was foul.
But hey, bro, he can't. I'm gonna tell you something. I love Devin Haney, but he can't keep falling into the narrative that they keep catching him. Everybody keeps saying that you keep trying to make the fight on the internet. Like, I think real talk, he might have to pull a Bud Crawford or shit. He might gotta be quiet and make everything happen behind the scenes. And then when it don't happen, they're not gonna fight you, Devin. Let's be fucking real. You gotta back. He done back so many niggas in the corners. They made up shit for certain fighters. So
Yeah.
no,
right.
I don't know, man.
The last fight he got was JoJo, and that was because of injury. He didn't get the JoJo.
Yeah.
Fight. He got that based off
Hell no.
from the boxing guy.
I seen this. I seen this with it come to Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz would rather get knocked out than his head boxed off by Gary. He'd rather knock him out than get his head boxed off by Gary Russell Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to a regular person? No. But a fighter, they wired differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, I think dudes would rather get knocked out or think they got a better chance of winning than to have Devin tap that face for 8 rounds before you slow him down and catch him. And then you chase him from behind.
That's sometimes it's more about pitching it to him, man. You gotta make it sound good when you pitching a fight to a guy because they don't have to take the fight. You know, they don't have to, and that's one thing people think that they just have to take it because the promoter said. No, the promoter has to sell it to them sometimes too because they don't want to take it. You know, if I'm fighting Tank, he gonna say, "Look, you're gonna be on pay-per-view. You got back end, but you can take this fight. It's gonna be on regular TV, but you know what I'm saying. This is
gonna win this fight. But you got a chance at Tank. People gonna see you. You're getting all access. You're getting 10 minutes of all access. And think about it. You're getting 10 minutes of all access on Showtime.
Yep. And
10 minutes. 10 straight minutes. Come on, man. Shit. Make that shit happen. I'll be like, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign? Or go in there, get my. How much money did Leo get for that fight?
I don't know because they back in. I keep telling you, they get more than what is being reported. I'll tell you that much. So I can't even say.
I'm just saying because when Leo fight, like Leo don't fight for no chump change. I've been fucking with Leo Santa Cruz. Leo don't fight for chump change.
I'm gonna tell you this: he make good money when you name your son after Al Heyman. You make some good money. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, he bought Floyd's first car. He bought Floyd's first Lambo. Leo know, man. I fuck with Leo Santa Cruz, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I know sometimes like Leo be getting like 7, 5. You know what I'm saying? He don't play no games with that. He get his.
Yeah, he eating real well.
But hold on a second. We're talking about 7 million and 5 million, right?
I mean, yeah. Leo asks and gets good paydays because he fights on show. He got a country behind him.
Right.
And they show out wherever he fight. They show out, and he got that Bay Area over there, man.
Yeah.
That area over in Cali, he got that on smash, bro. Like you wouldn't think. Leo,
right.
I fuck with my demographic a little bit, and Leo got it over there, man. Word. Yeah. When Leo lost his belt, he didn't lose. He gained fan base. He gained me. He gained me when he lost.
And
he came right back
and won. He beat
and won. I said, now that's a real motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's why when they was like Leo fighting Tank, like who is Leo? I mean, you're a fucking warrior. What the fuck wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Fact.
Dude ain't no slouch.
Fact. That's a fact.
I said the same thing about Isaac, man. That boy Cruz, everybody was trying to write him off. I said, man, this is not gonna be as easy as people think with Tank. When it came to Isaac, I seen him fight a couple times, man, and I was right. You know what I'm saying? I was right.
What happens now with Isaac?
I don't know. They probably gonna put him in another a showcase fight just to try to get behind him and be. They're gonna try to build around him because you can. I tell guys all the time.
He's a Manny fighter.
You can win.
He's not a Manny Pacquiao, right?
Yeah. But you can win a fight.
They gonna push them, bro.
Yeah.
They gonna push them.
When you actually lose. They can push you.
You gonna push a Manny Pacquiao, right?
Yeah, they'll push you, man. They'll definitely try to push you.
Now, Oscar De La Hoya is pushing, and I need you guys to tell me: is it bullshit? Is it like smoke and mirrors? He's saying he got something big for Ryan Garcia. Is it bullshit, or you see something big happening?
Not right now. I mean, after this, he should take a tune-up fight if he's smart. I think he's doing what a promoter's supposed to do: is call other fighters out, act like you're trying to make a big fight when you're really not, because you're dealing with a kid who just had a mental breakdown last year, who's coming off an injury last year. Why would you want to put him in a big mega fight coming off all that? You know what I mean?
Okay, but I got a question. I got a question for you, and this is coming from a fan.
I'm about to get rid of you, bro. You're bugging.
This is coming from a fan. Talking to somebody who's inside the game, right? Now, I'm from that old era, that old age era, where it could be. You could talk to me about wrestling, about basketball. I'm from the old generation. When a fighter says, "Yo, I'm a basket case. I got mental problems," should I, me being a fan, should I believe him, or is it that new way of saying, I'm out, I'm ducking?
I think it could be. You
understand what I'm trying to say?
No. You can look at it as ducking because I think it's a trend, to be honest.
Right?
As you look at it's a trend. More like a lot of these kids in our generation now that's coming up, they're starting to be like, they're so depressed. They're going through so much now. Like, really? I didn't go through that. Like, I had to suck it up. Now all of a sudden you stressed. And my son is only 10, and I see him comment on somebody talking about, yes, I know what it's like being stressful. And I'm like, you're 10.
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about right now? You don't even know what that means. So I think it's a trend, and you're gonna see a lot of those type of guys like Ryan. He's young. That's why Canelo actually said what he said about him. He knows that this kid is not really mentally there, and that's the first thing you gotta have to be an elite guy, a fighter, is to have the mental edge. And I don't think Ryan has that. I think he has the looks. He's gonna get the ladies. He's got the viewership. But far as a complete round fighter,
he got a TV show. Have y'all seen that shit? He got a series.
No, I didn't. I heard about it though. But I didn't.
He got a series, bro. He got a series, bro. It's more than one season. This dude ain't.
He don't have to
talk about not being focused on boxing.
Hey, fighting is a hobby to him. It's not really. He's not putting his all in, and I think Canelo sees that, and that's what Canelo don't like. But Oscar, on the other hand, is trying to use the promotional part just to get him in a good position. I think he's gonna have to fight a tune-up, obviously. But I'm with you. That I'm stressed and a mental breakdown, and then later you feeling better a couple weeks, a month later or something like that.
As soon as Kambosos won.
Huh?
As soon as Kambosos won, he was cured.
Absolutely. So it's true. That's true.
Before that, when Linares rocked Devin Haney, he all of a sudden he was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
he was
I got
two
questions. All right. And it comes, what is the Fantastic? What is it? Is it the Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Five at 135? So we got Ryan Garcia, we got Devin Haney, we got T.O. That's 3. Who am I missing?
The way it went, because me and Ohio was talking about this. This is the way it went. Before Oscar just wants to get, he looking for the best package.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how it went. It was T.O. and Ryan. Them dudes, they was fighting for the bottom. Then it was Devin, and it was Tank. And it was who? Oh, okay, Crush. And then it was which one of those 4 would be able to dethrone Lomachenko. The easiest fight to make was Tio. Bob, he promotes both of them. That's the easiest fight to make. The Devin Haney fight, he like, you ain't getting that. The Tank fight, you know what I'm saying? That I don't even know. Like, we see they still ain't doing business. It's hard for Al, Floyd, and Bob to do business unless it's Deontay Wilder and it's a fucking lawyer contract. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's mandated by the sanctioning body. They just don't do business freely a lot of times. Or it's not out there that they done business. You know what I'm saying? Because John was telling me there was a couple of guys that train PBC fighters at the damn fights, but you know, what do we know? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
On
paper,
you know what I'm saying?
On paper, this 130, 126, 135, 126, 135, 126. No, it's 126, 130, 135, and really 140. We're witnessing something. We're witnessing something.
6 like that to me. I think the money's at 135, but there's a few guys from 130 that can jump up and get that money.
Right.
The money's at 135 and it's floating like 140. I don't really see a lot of money at 126. The biggest fight at 126 is Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell Jr. And Leo not giving him that. That maybe it's fair for.
Okay, so now we're talking about those 3 weight divisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the closest thing to see this? And I keep talking about this. Pop has heard me talk about this all the time. Is this the second closest thing for us seeing like the 4 Kings?
I mean, no, I think because we're going off the names and these guys are building the population. They're building the audience, but I won't say that. I don't know if I can say that. I think my thing is in this generation of boxing now, the more these guys get popular, the more it's harder for these guys to fight. Like it's easier to get a unification fight with a Charles Martin or Rosario or Ndongo. When you don't know these guys, it's easy to become undisputed. It's easy to make these fights. The moment these guys start getting names, they start getting a little buzz. Now they don't want to take the risk. Now all of a sudden, what's this in it for me? So I like to see. I get what you're saying with the 4. Is it the 4 horsemen? No, they have to fight, man. It's like
we already seen that, and they didn't fight. The 4 horsemen, the first 4 horsemen before these young guys, it was Earl Spence, it was Keith Thurman, it was you take your pick between Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, and it was Bud Crawford. And we got to see some of those fights.
Right,
because they were
we ain't get the one we want yet.
We got majority of them because they was.
We got majority of them. We got the weed out. That's what we got. We got the weed out. If you want to be real, everybody knew like there's 2 guys that's gonna dominate this division, and it can only be one. When they fight, we'll know who it is. Earl and Bud weeded out who, you know what I'm saying? So now they just got to fight. Are we going to get the fight? Mm-hmm.
All right, so basically what you guys are telling me is that this new generation, they don't want to risk that. Oh.
They got to fight. Like, Tank
okay, so like, what has to happen?
Tank called, what you call, he called, I mean, I don't know. Tank called, he called Ryan Garcia's bluff. Right. Called that bluff. And you see what happened. When he called that bluff. That man,
what does it
now fight Manny Pacquiao.
What does it have to take?
Showtime Shy in the building.
Shy, what up, my brother?
Yeah, hey, I gotta listen. I can't stay on too long, right? But I got a quick question. I know I got some knowledgeable boxing guys on here. If Shakur Stevens, right, does secure this fight in April with Oscar Valdez and is successful, where does that put him in the pound for pound list amongst these young fighters that y'all talking about right now in the 130, 135 range? Because he will be a 2-division champion and also now a unified champion in another division. Where does that put him? Because we see Devin Haney with 1 belt, and the outcry is for Devin Haney to get the undisputed shot that doesn't seem like he's going to be getting, but we hope he gets it. But what does this say about Shakur Stevens,
a young hitter who is stepping, who's not sitting around and waiting for a fight or waiting for somebody to quote unquote do the right thing. He's marching and getting it how he lives, so to say. What is you guys' thoughts on that?
Wait a minute. It sounds like to answer your question first. It sounds like you giving him a lot of credit, but I gotta give that credit to Terrence Crawford, man. I think we went for Terrence Crawford.
No. Listen, chill. I already put that out there.
Oh,
I already said the reason why he might be getting this fight is because of with the Crawford situation. Check some of my streams and my what's. I'll put that out there. But I want to know as far as like what does this say about Shakur Stevens on the pound for pound list? How he's moving?
Yeah, I think this is it's a good fight for him to beat him, but Oscar Valdez should have lost 3. But on the pound for pound list, man, he definitely should be on the pound for pound list. It definitely should put him up there. But I don't know where you're gonna rank him. I have to look at it again. But man, I'm real up. I'm iffy about the pound for pound list with some of these people. It's subjective, man. Some people gonna have their own opinion about it, but I think it's gonna move him up there. Definitely move him up there. He should be on that list. He's a beast, man. I think he's gonna win this fight easy. I think it's gonna be easy. I think he's gonna dominate him. It's not even gonna be close, bro.
You did say that.
He should already have 3 losses on his box rate. Let's just be honest. He got away with a couple fights where he got one was a robbery, clear robbery. Then it was another 2 I seen that he just lost. Man, they gave it to him. So he's been that guy they just been showing favoritism for a long period of time now. He got a good relationship with Bob, so. They're going to look out for him. But this time, this fight is made. Yeah, absolutely. It's like they had to make this fight. And like I said earlier, I wish they would have did that with Golden Boy because I guarantee you, Rashidi Ellis would be off the damn shelf if they was filing a lawsuit. He'd be fighting right now.
Yes, and salute to you, Ohio Runs Boxing, for seeing the bigger picture as to the Bud Crawford situation and possibly being the reason why some of this stuff is transpiring now. But salute to you for definitely being on point on that. And Coach Ring wants to say something. Tell him shout out for half a
Go ahead, Coach Ring.
Blessings. I think that when Shakur gets his win in regards to the 135 pounders, all those big dogs, he's gonna catapult all the way to number 2. I feel that the only reason he won't be number 1 is because everybody knows that Lomo has this aura against whatever. But I honestly think he's gonna catapult himself right behind Lomo, and then I honestly feel that fight between him and Lomo is gonna happen. And I honestly feel that after when he fights Lomo, he's gonna become honestly. If he beats Valdez, which he should, easy. Once he beats Lomo, he's I'd put him Canelo's number 1. I'd put him what 3? Number 3?
If he beat a Lomo, yeah, he's gonna be up there high.
And why do you think they like playing with Devin Haney with the fight, man? With the whole Cambosa undisputed.
I'm gonna tell you this. I think the politics is deeper than what people think when it comes to these fighters being independent and not signing here and there, signing with the zone for just a fight or 2 because he's really an independent fighter. And they try to do is tell you better get with one of us. That's pretty much. Sometimes they try to put you in situations where you're gonna have to bow down to one of us. We working together when we trying to get one of you to sign with us. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to. In order for you to even get petition for a guy to mandatory, you got to go through a promoter.
Yeah.
To help you get a damn, mandatory. So they have certain things that's set up. So I think Devin is starting to see that, he's seen the politics of it. He just has to be able to maneuver and play this game too, man. You got to be able, if you don't want to sign with if you want those fights in top rank or even with the Camboso a free agent. So he has the 3 belts. You have no choice but to bow down to that man's demands. Whatever he want, you say, yes, sir. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
If you want to be undisputed. Yeah.
You have to say yes. So it's going to be up to Lou DiBella, who also, no, not to Lou DiBella, but to Devin Haney and
Eddie Hearn.
And Eddie Hearn. But see, that's what I don't know if they don't want to fight on, because Lou DiBella said he don't like the zone because they ain't got no, they don't have no, their app. This is what Lou DiBella said for Camboso. So he said their best fight and they're interested in is Tank, and he also said ESPN Lomo, because those are big networks. You got Showtime. This is what Lou DiBella said. This is Camboso's manager. So that's what I'm looking at. How he's looking at it. They're looking at who can raise their fighter profile higher, and Devin is just not there with that DAZN connection right now. I don't really look at it as just being ducking. It's just these guys got to know. If Eddie okay with me breaking off, let me go fight here. Let me go fight on ESPN, or let me go fight. If Eddie cool with that, cool. But if Eddie's obligation is for DAZN, I get it. But that's where these guys got to be able to have some type of leverage for they can fight on this network here and there. You know what I mean? So I call Al Heyman fighters all the time on that. I told people, Al Heyman don't let none of his title holders go to other networks. You better not have no belt. Sean Porter, yes, you can go. Charles Martin was the only one that did it, but everybody else, no. He's turning the offers down. Everybody like, how you know they didn't offer so-and-so? You don't know if they offered Charlo this. You don't know. I said, yes, they did. The offer's probably good, but Al is not going to let his belt holders go on any other network and fight. Those belts need to be seen on Fox and Showtime, because the belts is part of the promotion. So that's what I tell people. I've been watching these guys for a long time, man. That's how they do it. That's how they do it.
That's a fact. I want to ask one more thing, because I know other guys want to get on here and talk, but it feels good to be on somebody else's panel, and don't have to host and shit, right? But I want to say this, right? I want to say this. I know how Fanon and Blue Blood like to say, and like you like to say, Pop, your little birdies. My sources, right? This is alleged, are saying that maybe it's something going on behind the scene with Mayweather Promotions also, and it kind of looks that way because there is a little friction, or there has been a little friction between Eddie Hearns and Leonard Ellaby in the past, and also the history with the Mayweathers and the Haneys, because not for nothing, I think when Devin was coming up, it was kind of put out there that he was going to go with Mayweather Promotions, but he did his own thing. Do you think that could because it's no secret, Mayweather loves to hold grudges, and stuff like that. Do you think that could be playing a major part in the whole reason why this Gambosa fight is not manifesting for him?
No, for Devin?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. He's not in the position to be A side. I don't think Devin is A side. So if Devin was who he think he is, people would be wanting to try to make a fight with him, and he would be the one just giving a purse. So Cambosa was the A side because of the belts. Devin is not, and Floyd doesn't even function like that because of how he moves with Tank. They don't care about the belts. Floyd said that. Floyd he's using the politics for what they are. This gang is not, these guys with these belts, some of them ain't even making as much money as Tank, and that's what he's showing them. Floyd didn't do it. Floyd made so much money, he was the belt, where the sanctioning bodies was bowing down to him. Keith Thurman was a mandatory. You don't have to fight Keith, but we'll make a belt for you. We'll find something for Keith. That's what the sanctioning bodies was doing. This is a picture right now of Floyd Mayweather with 9 WBC belts in the ring, and he just with 9 of them. Like, that's the politics. He's using Tank like that. That's why people like, Tank need to fight him. He got a belt. He's like, no, I'm creating a belt right here. They're gonna bow down to him. Tank gonna be in number 1 and number 2 on their rankings. It come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So he's in that position. But back to what you were saying with Devin, I don't think there's some friction because of Floyd, because Floyd advising him to try to build himself up more. That's what he would try to advise Devin. Devin tried to do some of those things. It hasn't panned out as much. He tried to do with the what's her name? what's her name? China Doll. He said that was his girlfriend. He made a little publicity with that. Had her sit ringside. She had over 15 million, followers on Instagram. I thought that was kind of brilliant, but it didn't cross over as much. So he's been trying to do the little. Politics to put himself in position to be an A side. It's just the knockouts. He's not getting the knockouts in these fights.
Yeah.
And that's really what's hurting him. It's him not getting these knockouts. Because if Devin wasn't getting those knockouts, he's already crossing over. I tell everybody all the time, for black fighters, they have to cross over to the hip hop community. You got to cross over to the rap. You got to have rappers. You got to have. That's been the ingredient for all our successful boxers, from Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, you name it. They cross over. They had these hip hop, the culture. These people talk about him. Broner is the only fighter right now that can actually lose 4 or 5 times, and people still want to see him.
Yeah, he's good. Listen, Broner sell and get a fight until he retires, just because he knows how to sell himself and market himself.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with what he does into the ring. It has everything to do with what he does outside the ring via Instagram and even this on the fucked up side, the bad publicity as far as like the court situations and the open settlement cases, that all keeps him relevant and alive and makes people want to see him in the ring.
You're right, and he actually confessed about him and what's his name, Top 69, whatever that kid name is.
Yeah, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
He actually talked about
how that was a setup.
Yeah,
that was a marketing scheme, and it worked.
So he always been thinking like that. He's always been ahead. I see Nicki Minaj. He met parties with Nicki, and she got followers. Like he always put himself around people. I'm
glad you brought that up. When he does retire from boxing and decides to go real hard full time with his AB About Billions promotion, he's gonna do very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
I got a question for you. Now we all know Devin Haney is not a power puncher. Struggles to make 135. And I know that Kambosos is saying, I'm fighting in Australia, I don't care. Can we really give Devin an honest chance to win in Australia fighting Kambosos?
Yeah.
Me personally, if I was advising him, I wouldn't even try to take the fight over there because we all seen what happens over there.
Yep.
When Manny Pacquiao, a legend, icon, he fought Jeff Horn and didn't get a decision over there.
Yep.
So if the fight is anything close and it's not all the way one-sided, they're gonna rob Devin.
You know what? I can see what you're saying with that, but I would use this as a pitch. I would tell him to take that fight because I trust in his skills where he's not gonna get hit as much like Kambosos was hitting Teofimo. I think he can dominate just like Terrence Crawford did when he went to the UK against Ricky Burns. You can actually win those type of fights when you outskill them in every round, and I think Devin has that. Kambosos to me, he's a respectful fighter. I just think he's shopping to get rid of the belts. He's doing what Charles Martin did. When Charles Martin, people forget, Charles Martin won the belt by a fighter tearing his ACL. He didn't throw a punch.
Yeah.
He didn't throw a punch. And forget about that. Go look it up. He even made it fun. He said,
my man pulled a hamstring. Yeah, that's a fact.
But guess what? He got $8 million.
Wrong and fuck this whole shit up.
Listen, he got $8 million for his next fight. And I remember people criticizing Al Heyman for that because they was like, well, Al could have just kept the belt.
Yeah, Wilder would have been a unified champion, man.
Absolutely, but hold on. Al Heyman is obligated to his fighters. That's the one thing about Al Heyman. Yes, you're gonna have a little favoritism here and there, but when you tell your fighter, they are.
You hit the hammer on the nail. He couldn't turn down that $8 million payday.
Absolutely not. I'm not.
You don't know when you're gonna get that opportunity again.
And I'm gonna tell you the funny thing too. Charles Martin blocked me because he was following me, showing me love. The moment I was supporting him, the moment he lost, he didn't say nothing. And he blocked me for that. You know what I mean? Took a dive.
There you go. Yeah, You gotta fix the mic.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. We missed all of that.
Bad. But I said, yeah. I said he blocked me. He was on Facebook, and I think when he lost, his first post was a Rolls Royce. He showed his nice car and everything.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was doing nice. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, dang, you ain't even showing the love to the people who supported you. Everybody, you just showing off what you done bought and everything. But I was a little joke too, but you could tell it bothered him. So he blocked me on that. I was like, well, dang, Charles. But I was like, well, damn, that nigga blocked me. But my point is, Al Heyman's position when it came to that was to make sure that guy $8 million was perfect for him. He couldn't offer them nothing better than that. And that's what you do. You obligated for these fighters to get the best money possible. That's what you advising them to do. So I would have went to the UK too. Everybody say you getting robbed. Losses ain't the same and hit different. If you lose it early in your boxing career and you go home to $600, it's not the same when you go home to $6 million. The losses is not the same. I'm telling people it's different. It's totally different.
And at today, all these fighters, like the fighters that I fuck with, that's the number one rule. You are a professional prize fighter. You fight for a prize. The money is the prize. The belts, you know, that's good for the trophy cases and all that for the grandkids and all that. But the grandkids is gonna profit more off of that prize, the purse, the P.
100%.
Like this right here, my man Casey Voice said Floyd Pacquiao fight made $678 million. Floyd got 223. Manny got 122. That's what you fight for.
Well, it's the purse. It's the purse.
First, you fight. You fight for the prize.
I tell people all the time, you can look at the fighters' expressions. When they go home to $10 million, you should have seen Danny Jacobs when he lost to Canelo. He was smiling. He was just
he didn't care. Yeah, that nigga, he didn't care. That nigga he went to the Black Hollywood. Shout out to Danny Jacobs. He went to the Black Hollywood, got him the biggest estate mansion down there in Atlanta. Turned his back on a lot of people in New York. Hey, but what do I know? You know, and
I paid attention. People were so mad that he was so happy. I said, man, he a prize fighter. He ain't got to take the loss. Like, man, he winning when you go home with 10 million, 12. Like, y'all don't understand. That's the position. That's what you fight for. That's what you've been training your whole life for, bro.
Facts.
But to interject to that,
yo, listen, it's fighters out here. I'm not gonna throw none of them under the bus because, like I said, I love all the fighters. Some of these fighters are getting knocked out for a plane ticket, a per diem meal package, and $400, man.
Yep.
Shit. For all that, you can go get a job at Walmart and go fight somebody at the local bar. You know what I'm saying?
You know what the crazy thing is? What a lot of people don't understand when it comes to this fight game, it really is a job, and they don't understand that. It's a job. It's a business. Like I've told people, there's fighters that know that they're gonna lose. There's fighters that know that they're gonna lose.
Wow.
A-side fighters that know, yo, I'm not winning this fight. I'm gonna try my hardest to give it my best, but I can't beat that guy.
But you know what? Go ahead. Go finish. You go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
And another thing that a lot of people don't understand is when there's a fighter, right? And let's say the fighter's getting beat and they don't understand, like, yo, stop it. Yo, that fighter don't want to get stopped because his stock drops so much. A fighter's, like, let's say somebody's fighting Caleb Plant. Let's say he would have been losing all the rounds. And they're telling him, yo, stop the fight. Caleb's going to be like, no, don't stop the fight. I need to make it to 12 because my money's still going to stay there. Because if I get knocked out, my stock is going to plummet. And a lot of people...
I think that depends, though. I think it depends on... I don't know if that's on your stock just dropped because it depends on how the fight is going. If he's getting dominated, I mean, I don't think we're going to go... If I'm his trainer, we're not going 12, bro. You can't even see. It depends on the situation. But some guys can actually bounce back that get dropped and stopped sometimes, too. You can bounce back. It depends on who you connected with, too, at that time.
But look at that phrase. Look at that phrase when they say, yo, such and such went 12 rounds with such and such. Such and such didn't knock him out. And that's money.
Oh, no. I think it's not even, it's more victory. I won't say just more money. It's more about moral victory. people don't believe in moral victories, but we do have them. Sean Porter lost to Earl Spence, and people were saying Crawford was ducking Sean Porter after the fight. Like, how did we go from him losing to Crawford ducking Sean Porter now? Like,
Isaac Cruz just got a moral victory.
Look, you guys just said it best. Has AB ever been knocked out?
No.
That's kept him in the game.
Yeah.
No, it's not only just that. That's
not only that, but he gave everybody, like when they said, "AB, we want you to fight him," line him up.
Yeah, he was able to promote. Zab Judah was the same way. Zab was losing.
Yeah.
When we was coming up, when we didn't have social media, we had HBO. We was all watching HBO show. Zab was on HBO like every 3 months, bro. Come on, he was fighting everybody, and he was losing. You know, he got stopped. He got by Kazazu, you know, and Khan beat him, but he kept coming. We wanted to see him. We wanted to see him because back then we didn't care if you took losses, bro. These social media has scared these fighters into taking these fights too. They watch each other. We got amateurs down here that don't even fight each other because they follow each other. Like, man, really?
Oh, man.
Will that ever change?
You just said, would it ever change?
Yeah.
Nah. We got guys right now. It's funny. We had a guy who hit me up. Now, that's one thing they do. A lot of the fighters who fight are Ohio guys. They reach out to me. It's kind of funny now how that's all being played.
Yeah, because you the talent scout, man.
And listen, it's funny, man. So I'll find out a fight before they even tell me. The promoters or in them tell me because I know they hit me up like, "Hey, man, you know I'm about to fight your boy." And I'm like, "Who?" And they give me a name. Make a long story short, we had a guy who was trying to fight one of our guys, and he asked me, how was he? What's his resume? What's his background? You know, he was trying to debut, and I said, "Oh, he average." You know what I'm saying? I didn't give him too much information because I was trying to get him a fight. So
stop it, go. My bad, y'all.
I end up downplaying his amateur background, and he was like, so he countered back, was like, "Nah, man, I just see." So he ended up showing me screenshots of the fighter sparring Sean Porter. He ended up bringing up stuff saying, "Man, he's a 10-time national champion." And I'm like, "Well, why you asking me all these questions if you already had the information, you know, about this fighter?" You know what I mean? Make a long story short, he ended up not taking the fight because he was doing research. Not just saying they both debuting, but he didn't even want to. So the dude ended up fighting some guy in his local town and got knocked out still. He still got knocked out. But he was trying to maneuver, and he wasn't even an A-side type of fighter. So you got guys that's trying to come in the game like they're A-side type of fighters when they ain't even got no Olympic background or no deep amateur pedigree.
Right.
So, you know, that's how they're trying to, it's this social media, man. They looking too much. You can go to a fight on YouTube like this and just type a guy's name up. So they're not confident because they're paying attention to too much on this on social media, in my opinion. So they ducking each other. You got a lot of guys want to fight. Man, you only got 4 pro fights, and you talking about I'm trying to get $6 grand for this fight. Like, for what? It's a 4-rounder.
Right.
Like, y'all tripping. That's that social media for you, though, man. These fighters be tripping.
Yeah, Ohio, did you see the fights this weekend? Did you see Jihad?
I missed it. I missed this week. I missed the fight this week. I missed them.
I mean, I put it to you like this: when Tim Bradley said that Jihad reminded him of Marlon Starling, I was like, "Whoa!"
Hey, man, he's only 18, man. He was walking that grown man down.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man.
What weight class he fight? Jihad fight in?
He fought at 147, bro. Like.
But listen, this is what I'm telling people now. This is why I don't take sides. Everybody be talking about PBC, Top Rank, The Zone.
Oh, yeah. Nah, fuck that, man.
Bro, listen, I'm with all of them because my Ohio guys going to be with everybody. But my thing is this. Top Rank is putting themselves in position just like PBC did. I'm telling people right now, they might as well get used to it because Ohio going to be lit for the next couple of years with cards stacked. Big Baby is going to be headlining. We got Abdul, Mason, undercard, Duke, Tiger, Dante, all those guys are gonna be under the card like PBC had theirs. Broner, Rasheed Warren, Robert Easter, Terrell Goucher. Bob is starting to do the same thing he's seen Al do. And once they start building up, he ain't gonna cross the street. He gonna be making all the money. Top Rank gonna be making all the money because all those fighters is gonna be on one side.
Okay, so I remember back when I was a youngin', ABC had its stable of fighters, right? NBC had their stable of fighters. You know what I'm saying? It was ABC, NBC, and CBS. All three of the networks had all their stables. You know what I'm saying? They were doing their thing. Everything was on free television. You know. Then HBO came in the game and shut everything down. Then HBO, then Showtime came. Now we are where we are right now, right? So basically, if you was a fighter on ABC, chances of you fighting somebody on NBC wasn't going to happen because the networks weren't doing that. HBO came in and shut ABC, shut all those networks down. They started taking all the fighters, which was bad, but then it worked. It worked good because we were getting the fights that we wanted.
Right.
My question to you is, from where we are right now with PBC not wanting to do business with Top Rank, do you see something good coming out of this? Because right now, I don't see anything good coming out of this.
Yeah, they're gonna eventually do business, man. They did business 3 times with the biggest grossing fight, Wilder and Fury.
Right.
They're gonna do business. You know what it is right now. To be honest with you, the pay-per-view shit is failing. It's on the decline.
Okay.
And a lot of the biggest fight, quote unquote, in boxing was built up on that with Spence and Crawford. And with pay-per-view not doing what it's expected to do, what we like to call the money guys, they kind of, hesitant, like, yo, are we going to see our return?
I think when it comes to the pay-per-views, though, I'm telling people, Al is being smart. He's setting himself up at the negotiation table with these fighters because he's been paying these guys great money and overpaying them. I hate saying that, but these guys have been getting overpaid. So what is he doing is he's putting on these pay-per-views that shouldn't be on pay-per-view. And what happens? They go to the numbers, and when you go to your next fight, he's gonna be like, you only did 35K in pay-per-view. So why did you? So you see what I'm saying?
Just like that, real calm and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hands in his pockets, like,
Al Heyman is very good at countering without making them feel a certain way. I've been blessing you, so now I want to show you what your worth really is. You get what I'm saying? That's why he got the Chris Areolas and Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz gonna be on pay-per-view again. You know what I mean? But these guys, he's starting to balance it out. The people that's gonna get paid is gonna get paid, but the ones who don't deserve that much is gonna go. When you gonna take this 500K or what? You gonna go across the street? You gonna get more? Like, you only worth this. They're gonna look at your numbers too. So it's about counter. So that's what it's real. That's how I look at the pay-per-view. That's why he's putting these pay-per-views on, and people looking at it as he failing. Oh, he's failing. No, he's putting himself in position before he get to the red. I ain't about to be paying all these fighters this much money. That's why they on pay-per-view. That's why it's not making sense to some people. But Al, he's always ahead of the game. No, these niggas ain't coming back to the table talking about I want 2 point this and 3 point that. Nigga, look at your pay-per-view numbers and you tell me what I should be paying you.
Yo, guys, listen, this plumber just pulled up, man. But it was dope chopping it up with y'all, man. Shout out to Ohio Runs Boxing, my guy Captain Chaos, Smoke a Lot Pop Session. Yo, your show was cooking tonight, good brother.
Shout out to Half a Duck.
Yes.
Yeah, Coach Ray.
Yeah, y'all brothers be good, man.
Be good. Do you think the next mega fight is destined to be Boots and Victor Ortiz?
It depends on how they move in Boots. Boots is not a big star yet. He's very skilled. He's one of the best fighters. So it's like if they're gonna move him, they gotta put him with some type of celebrities to get him some more clout, man, because he's knocking people out. He's being the mandatory to beat somebody, one of these guys. But I don't know when it comes to this big mega fight, who's going to take a risk on him because he's a low reward. You know, high risk, low reward. Yeah, low reward. Man, listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now when it comes to Enos, Enos is damn near, yeah, I could see him favoring him against Crawford if they actually fight. He's really that damn good. Where we got a fighter in Cleveland named Charles Conwell. He's undefeated. People who know who Charles is, he's a monster, man. He walks through damn near everybody. And one thing he take pride in is his sparring. I mean, everywhere he goes, he was walking through guys. But when he fought Boots, bro, it wasn't no walking through no damn boots. That boy was conditioned just like Charles, and they had a great back and forth, man. But it was like respect. But let's just show you how great Enos is overall, man. What type of fighter he is, bro. He's good.
How long do we have to wait for Conwell to come back to the big scene?
Oh, he's been fighting. I just think
no, I know he's been fighting, but he was already there, and then that tragedy happened, and then it's like,
oh no, I never felt he was there, to be honest. Been following him. I think he was getting a little bit momentum. He's fighting on NBC, but didn't nobody know him because a lot of people still did. That was the blessing of it. A lot of people don't know about the tragedy.
Right.
Certain people bring it up, but not everybody know about the tragedy. So some people catching on.
Right.
He didn't fight on TV on the undercard of Jake Paul. He was supposed to be televised too, but he had two opponents drop out, so he couldn't. So they really didn't put him on television. So Montana ended up shining in that moment, which I told people that would probably happen, and he ended up getting signed by Matchroom.
Okay.
You know what I mean, but Charles, I think he's gonna be active this year. He's getting some fights set up. I'm curious of who he's gonna really be working with. He's with Lou DiBella, but I don't know what networks is they gonna feel like it's best for him, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if he go on Showtime with Charlo and Castano in it, bro, he beats Charlo. I think he beats Charlo. His style. He bring pressure. Charlo can't fight on the back foot. He can definitely win some of these fights, but it's about putting him in the right situation. So I don't know if he's gonna get those.
You know what? Say Mel can't, because Maul show he can fight on the back foot. Mel can't fight on the back foot.
That's what I meant. Mel at 54. That's who I meant. Mel.
Somebody here, you say Charlo, they'll get mad. What you mean Charlo can't fight him? Jamal, nigga, we talking about Jamel. Chill out, bro.
Jamel, yep. He roped the rope. No, that's just who he is. And me and Charles talked about that. Charles said when he saw the fight against Brian Castano, he was just like, he was geeked because he already knew what he saw. And but I've been seeing that with him. But yeah, they're gonna bring him back slowly. But I never thought he hit that bam. You know what I mean? And you probably more experienced. You were hardcore, so you know a lot of the fighters. So.
I felt that Charles was on that cusp. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like he was on that cusp. Like he was just like they were setting him up. Like they were talking about him. Like, you know what I'm saying? A great amateur standout.
Absolutely.
And they were talking about him. And then like they were just like the momentum was going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. He didn't fight on TV after that. He took a couple fights off television because I get what you're saying. So he fought on television. I was supposed to go to that fight with them too.
Now let me ask you a question. Do you feel that if it wasn't for that tragedy, he gets the W, you think he would have been in the mix right now?
No, I think it would have still been the same way. The politics. He's having some issues with his manager. Him and his trainer. They had some it was some politics going on there. So I think that would have probably been the same. But the tragedy, I was more focused on his mindset.
Right.
Him coming back to the fight, because we've been through this a couple times. Ray Boo Boo Mancini.
Correct.
And we had another guy named Anthony Taylor who killed a fighter from Detroit, and that happened in Youngstown, Ohio. So we have a couple guys who still live today.
It just happened. It happened to the Puerto Rican guy who's fighting on the Gary Russell undercard. He's the one that was involved in the tragedy with Magadayev, Mad Max. I don't know. I call him by his nickname, and he was just steamrolling everybody. He was involved in the tragedy, took an L, and now he's fighting the rematch. Because. They always say that, if you're ever involved in a tragedy like that, your career just spirals.
That's why I got to give Charles a lot of credit, because I asked Ray Boo Boo Mancini, did you reach out to him? Because I wanted him to talk to guys who've been through that. And I was happy that we actually got fighters who've been through that and came back and won fights. You know what I mean? Right. So Charles, he's locked in. He's actually fighting for Patrick. And that's the great mindset to have. Yes. Is to say, you know what, I know he will want me to fight. And, another thing too, with the tragedy, A lot of people didn't even bring that up with Kovalev. When Kovalev, he
was
had
one
a
of
body.
yeah.
Kovalev got a body, but
Yeah.
they wasn't bringing that up as much with Kovalev. You know what I mean? It's like, you try to get past that. So, but Charles is that's nothing he wants to brag about or nothing like that. It's just something he has to go through with his friends. I didn't get that all the time when I post them. People are like, oh yeah, ain't that the one to catch a body? And I gotta hide the comments and certain things. Like, man, we don't want to be known as somebody that caught a body.
Yeah.
It happened. Yeah. It happened to the heavyweight. He was a Cuban guy. His last name was Perez, but he lived in Ireland. He fought in Madison Square Garden against I forgot his name. He didn't. You know, it wasn't tragic, but the guy ended up being had brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mike Perez. That's the name of the heavyweight. His name was Mike Perez.
He got hurt?
No. Mike Perez didn't get hurt. Mike Perez hurt.
Okay.
He hurt the other guy. They fought at the Garden. The other guy took a lot of punches. They didn't stop the fight. They kept going, and the guy suffered hemorrhaging. After that, Mike Perez was a very talented amateur, and they were going all the way with him. This fight was gonna be which one of these two guys are gonna make it. One of these two guys is gonna be a blockbuster. The fight was on HBO, and it was at the Garden. Just so happens, Mike Perez, he won, but he really lost. He never recovered from it, and now he's his career's over.
Yeah, he lost some weight now. I seen
he
lost a lot of weight too, man. But yeah, it's don't tragedies happen, man. It happens in boxing. It's a part. That's why you got to have referees.
That changes you, man. When you do something like that with your hands.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that fight where the dude was hitting him and he wasn't, and the referee, he was telling the referee, please stop the fight. What fight was that? Where the guy was?
I think it was Lennox.
Huh?
They was heavyweights.
I think so. I don't remember. I just remember the flashes. I can't remember the fight, man.
It was Lennox Lewis. He was fighting the guy that beat him. The guy had beat him a couple years before, and it was the rematch. It was for the belt too.
He cried. You talking about the one that cried? That's McCall.
Yeah, McCall.
No, not that one. This one is when the dude was just really whamming him, like, and he was looking at the ref like, stop the fight.
Roy.
Bam, bam,
That was Roy. Roy was like, yo, stop it. And the ref was like, get him. And Roy was like, all right, beep. And then
Okay.
That was Roy. Roy was like, man, I'm hitting him with everything. And the ref was like, keep hitting him. You know what I'm saying? Roy was like, all right. And he hit him with like a quick 8-piece. And then he was like, damn, okay. Like, bro, you don't do that. You see that motherfucker? If you got enough time to be like, ref, he can't take this. The dude couldn't get back up, recover, and throw another punch. You said keep hitting him. Roy's like, all right. Like, come on, bro. That ref don't need to be refereeing anymore. You need to go back to school.
Right. It happened when Lomo was fighting Comey. Lomo looked over to Comey's corner and was like, yo. But
it wasn't as bad with that one. He like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Roy had that dude was linked out on the ropes like this, ready to go. And Roy said, he done.
Yeah.
He had been beating him. You know, Roy beat the shit out of everybody. Roy, he pointed. He said, he done. The ref said, keep doing him.
You know what's crazy? And I'm not saying that I know more than everybody. I don't. But there's to the casual, they don't understand the fight game because you could tell a casual, like, yo, listen, man, there's some fights where the dude is so nice with it, he carries the other dude. And you'll be like, well, what do you mean he carries him? Meaning that he knows he can knock him out of any round. And he plays with him.
I'm gonna give you one fight. I'm gonna give you one fight that actually happened. Kovalev versus Pascal 2. He purposely wanted to punish Pascal, and I remember that fight. I'm gonna go back and watch that just because y'all mentioned that. I'm gonna go back and watch that. Let me tell you what was funny about it. It's not funny, but it is funny to me. Kovalev, every time Pascal would come on strong, they would bring Pascal's daughter back into the arena when they started rooting for him. As soon as they were trying to shoot his daughter down, Kovalev started beating his ass, like boom, boom. And then they would get her daughter up and move her out the arena again. Man, go watch it, bro. They was getting his daughter. She was up and out of the chair. She had to be about 6, bro, 7, 8 years old, probably about 7. But I remember
just take it to the back, man, so she can go there to watch cartoons in the back,
right.
Man.
But Kovalev said he purposely he just wanted to punish him. He didn't want to finish him. He just wanted to punish him because of all the stuff he was saying.
Pascal talked a lot of shit
He did.
He talked a lot of shit that second fight up and coming. He was just talking a lot of shit. You could see. I didn't even know who Kovalev was. I was looking the way he was looking at him. I said, I didn't know if he was Russian. I said, that Russian gonna fuck that damn Canadian up. He gonna fuck. He gonna fuck. Yo, the way he was looking, he was like, oh yeah, okay. They got that long, strong chin. He was like,
Hey, Pascal was trying to use the race card too. He said racist. He had monkey. He sounded like Jean-Claude Van Damme and shit.
Yo, bro. I can just see Kovalev was like, yo, you see, like, okay, all right. You think last time I took it easy on you? Watch this shit, homie.
Yeah, and that rematch. And during that time, which is crazy, during that time, Bob was trying to keep everything on his side too because they was running out of stables. They putting on rematches that had no business being rematches. Because around that time, Bradley fought Pacquiao a third time. Like, for what? Everybody felt like Pacquiao won the first two. Right. You know, it was a couple of fights he was putting over there. Like, hey, y'all, we got to make something happen.
He almost got a fourth one.
Motherfucker fighting Mike Alvarado and Brandon Rios and Chris Algieri. I'm like, man, what's going on?
That's like what you saying now, like when people keep asking me, they like, yo, how they like, well, these damn back? I'm like, yo, bro, Jay Prince got a relationship with Bob Arum, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And if damn it, if Jay Prince didn't sign damn near all Ohio, and I've been talking about it. People keep asking me, they like, what's the difference? Like, why can't I'm like, yo, listen, man. Some of these guys are not signed straight to top rank at Bob Arum. Like, you know what I'm saying? Their managers, they're different managers that do, and Jay Prince ain't, he's not one you gonna steamroll over. You gonna
he got Jay got two.
Like when Jay call you, he's like, okay, Jay, what you want to talk about? But it might be the other guys, they'd be like, I'll get back with you. But when Jay called, he's like, I'm coming up. Like, okay, what you want to drink? You know what I'm saying? What we drink? We drink the juice, we juicing it. You want a little bit of champagne, you know, you want some, you know, you want me to go into the shelf. You know what I'm saying? You want me to call the dude with the box with the smoke? It's already rolled. What you want to do, Jay? What you want to do? How you want to have this? Who you bringing up here? Mm-hmm. But them other guys, it's just different. And they like, well, how you know that? I'm like, well, I tell you what. Look at Shakur. Ever since Shakur left Andre Ward, he looked happy. He looks happy. Like got everything he want. You look at Big Baby. Big Baby was Ohio stepping in his last fight.
Mm-hmm.
Slow walk with the pimp. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if he told you, but Shy told him, he said, yo, slow it down out there. Don't he said stroll with that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like feeling a little nervous. He said, slow that shit down, nigga. Stroll out there. You the main event. You know what I'm saying? Other than Lomo, you the main event. And what? And yo, he pimped his way all out there. Now you got
creative, man. Being creative, real creative.
Bro, we got Jahai Tucker going on my man 17 and saying that, man, hey, I'll tell anybody to sign with Dan Jay Prince. He took me right over the top rank. We went right over to Vegas. We went to the top floor, and the numbers was right. And he's 6-0. So you got different levels to it. Everybody happy.
That's the beautiful thing about it. And it's not even just that, it's active.
And they still like you just said, if you sign the top rank, you'll get 12 fights in 2 years.
Absolutely. And I tell people they all have their strengths and weaknesses. Every promotional company does. That's why I don't get caught up in this war, because I know where their strength is and I know where their weakness is. I can call every promotional company on their BS, but all of them ain't perfect. You get what I'm saying? But
I got into it with somebody because I said the only thing PBC don't got that I feel like they don't have a strong contract, like, you know what I'm saying, relate with a network, because they've been you've been on NBC, you've been on Fox, then you've been into the other platform, FS1. Like, where you gonna sign like a deal? Because you got a bunch of goddamn fighters.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of fighters. You might need 2 network deals.
You just gotta
sign a 5-year here, maybe sign a 10. Like, come on, you got a You got 200. You know, everybody. You got 300 fighters, but you got it. You got 200 fighters.
But you know, you do, and I think, but sometimes it comes with the fighters too. These guys, they okay with fighting 2 times a year, getting the money they doing. But you got to put some like, look, if y'all want to fight 4 times a year, y'all gonna have to fight on some of these small cards over here in this arena and take this type of money if you want to stay active. Mikey, I mean, a lot of these guys lose because they've been year and a half layoff. Mikey Garcia, he got paid great. That boy came back and lost to who? You know what I mean? It's like, that's just being honest. You like, and no disrespect, because he gave what's his name? He lost to Sadora or something like that from out of Spain. He lost to him. He made him a little bit buzz, you know, gave him a little, you know, a little name. But you got to be able to be active. And I tell these guys, man, that's why when it comes to Ugas and Earl, people call me crazy if you want. I like Earl. I want to see Earl and Crawford. I think Ugas is gonna get the upset. I just think he's gonna come. He's gonna get the upset. And let me tell you, he still might get robbed. He still might get robbed. He might win the fight, but he might not.
Ain't the first time he got robbed, because to be truthfully honest with you, the fight should have been Ugas and Spence instead of Porter and Spence. I hear people. No, look, I hear people say that because some people, but my thing with that fight was, I still thought Sean edged it, but I wasn't mad with people giving the Ugas. The problem I had with that was they were calling it a robbery with swing rounds. Swing rounds can go either way, or you can give them a draw. That's why it's called a swing round. You can swing to either fighter.
Right. That's my problem when people try to call certain fights robbery. I said, if you look at some of these rounds, and if you really judge and pay attention to them, some of these rounds are hard to score.
They're hard to score.
They're hard to score.
When you gonna score it on? You're gonna total punches, power punches, aggression. Yeah. I mean, you know, because I don't know, like, how you gonna score it? Making a miss. How do you score it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and sometimes you got to play it safe and give it a draw round. I've never had a problem with people saying, you know what, 10-10. I'm just gonna get that.
Or 9-9. Either one. Take your pick.
Whatever you want to do, but I have no problem with that. I never had no problem with them just giving it a draw round, 9-9, whatever. But yeah, 9-9 would be good. But I just never had no problem with that because we have drawing fights. So if we have drawing fights, we can have draw rounds too.
Now, when you guys are talking about Ugas and Spence, they said that it's not on paper, it's not a fact, but they've always said, they researched that every time a fighter gets a detached retina, his first fight back, for whatever reason, he's gun shy. They looked at all the fights and they said, "Yo,
I've never seen that. You educate me on that one because I've never heard that one
before." Yeah. They said that for whatever reason, whatever fight they come back, they're hesitant, they're gun shy for whatever reason. That, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's in their mind or whatever. They got to get that fight out of them. Once they get that fight out of them, it's back to business. And that's one thing that Spence is gonna have against him. He's gonna have that against him. Another thing is, Ugas, yo, that stable, Ismael Salas, that stable is deep. They got Carlos Adames, Patrick Teixeira. They got that Olympic gold medalist. He took an L, Robies, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, the 2-time medalist. I know you.
Correct. Ismael, not that it has anything to do with Ugas, but he also got Joe Joyce. Yo, he got a heavy, that man right there, bro. He's putting in work. His stable is no joke. No joke.
I'm picking Ugas based on not just the style, because he's a flat-footed Cuban. He like the only flat-footed Cuban I've ever seen in my life. The dude just go in the high guard and he just try to walk you down, be the bigger guy, and it works for him. It's almost like Joshua Clottey in a way. You know what I mean? He just stand there, he try to move his head, and he wants to be in position to let go of shots. And I think that's what Earl can't fight on his back foot either. I keep telling Earl can't fight on his back foot. He's a come forward type of guy with the jab. So I see mentally, Earl is trying to position himself. He's not thinking about Ugas. He's thinking about Crawford in this negotiation. He's been tweeting, telling people, I'm carrying all the luggage. I'm carrying all the weight. Bro, you could have let Crawford fight Ugas. And you could have came with 2 belts to the table. Like, I wouldn't even have took the Ugas fight. But I understand he's thinking about the politics. He's trying to position himself. So I actually look at it mentally that Earl is looking to grab the bag. Let me get this fight because I don't even think I really can beat Earl Crawford. You know, so you got that to deal with. Then you got the like I said, you got the car accident, then this retina. So you got a lot of stuff mentally going into this fight, man. And you can't tell Earl Spence hardcore fans that they get delusional land, man. You can't tell them that. I'm just saying I think he can win the fight, but I need to see it. But I'm going with Ugas, man. I'm just going with Ugas on that, man.
Listen, man, that injury is no joke, man. You look at Abner Mares, Antonio Margarito, Sugar Ray Leonard was gone for 3 years. The list goes on and on and on. That's probably like the worst injury to have in boxing.
Yeah.
You know, hands down. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that eye gets a little swollen, your mind starts playing tricks on you. You know what I mean? Because not for nothing, and I'm glad that it's changed, but these fighters are nowadays, they're not like back in the days. Back in the days, fighters would be like, I go blind, I don't care. You know, these fighters are nowadays, which I'm happy, because at the end of the day, their health means a lot more than anything. Their health means a lot more than what I think. They shouldn't care about what I think, you know? They want to go home to their kids, to their family in one piece, you know? But I honestly feel that today's fighters, they're actually thinking like, yo, shit, I don't want to go blind. Nah.
Nope.
Look at Abner Maris, bro. He ain't never for you. He's like, yo, he could have still kept fighting. He was like, nah, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done.
There was the other dude. Damn, what's the other dude? He actually went blind. He fought Marquez's brother in the lower weight class. They had like three wars. Damn.
Rafael.
They said what's started to go blind at the end, man.
Rafael.
I'm saying he's talking about Rafael. They said Roger started to go blind at the end before he passed away.
Rafael Marquez. Not Rafael Marquez. The guy he fought. They fought like 3 times. What the hell's his name? He's like blind. Like he's done.
He's actually blind. Damn.
If he's not blind, he's almost there. Like he's bad. He's in bad shape.
Yeah, you got to take that.
I'm trying to check, if niggas know, like, if a lot of dudes don't know, like, everybody want to know why Floyd Sr. came back, because Roger really couldn't, like, he had good days and bad days. It was starting to go. And like, when you look at the videos or when they show when Roger was in the hospital, he was looking here or like there, and like the person was there. Like, he didn't know where the person was. They couldn't see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So from taking a lot of hits and dudes ain't doing that no more. Word.
Yeah, I think
you see a lot of guys go ahead and take that knee. They take that knee and I'm good.
I'll give you perfect scenario. Joe Joyce when he fought Daniel Dubois. That was a huge fight.
He beat the shit out of that eye.
That was a huge fight. He took a knee, and everybody was like, "Yo, this guy quit."
No, I remember that because I made a meme with a whole bunch of UK fighters talking about their eyes weak as hell. I was nigga. I showed Carol Brook with one knee. I showed Paul with one knee.
Thorne Saunders.
I showed Billy Joe Sanders, motherfucker, on the stool. They was dying. I got a lot of hits too.
Yo, that meme you got, that fucking that meme you got when Bud and them beating up Bob and George.
Oh yeah,
that's my favorite right now.
Man, they Crawford and them was dying, man. I said that was
that's my favorite right now, bro.
You gotta mix it up, man. Talk boxing and have a little humor. I tell guys all the time, man. I'll be around these fighters. I ain't no damn fool. I don't say stuff where it's controversial to the point where they see me in person. I got a big hat. I wear this at the fights. So they gonna see me. They gonna spot me easy. You know, ringside or whatever.
I can't front. He wear that everywhere.
So I'm not a fool. But my thing is, they know your sense of humor. You gotta respect these fighters too, man. They know I got nothing but love in there. I done been around there. I be in the gyms, man. So at the end of the day, it's good to see them. American was on a live stream I was on IG the other day. He came. They threw up Adrian Broner name, and that was we said that was actually a sexy name with him and Khan fighting. You know what I mean? That can be a little bag too. But Khan fighting Brook right now, so after that fight, which I think he beats Brook. I don't see Brook. Brook is really, really damaged good, and I hate that they fighting this time. They should have been fight years ago.
They should have been fought. Not to mention, Khan he been in Crawford camp for like the last year. Right?
No, I said about 6 months. I'm gonna say last year. Everybody been like 5 months, 5 to 6.
Like 5, 6 months.
Yeah. He just.
So you're right. He's probably been there like 5, 6 months, and then you got Kell Brook, who's been fucked up by Triple G, EJ, and Bud.
Yep.
Because I'm telling people, like, okay, he was damaged goods, but when Bud hit him, like, if y'all don't remember him asking his man, yo, what happened? What you mean what happened? It just happened.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? What you mean what happened? You don't know what just happened?
But you know
He
what?
just knocked the fuck out.
Sometimes once you get stopped the first time, or you get you become a shell of yourself, man. Everybody start knocking you out, and it's a mental thing. As soon as you get hit, you're already thinking about it.
So him running in, like, Amir Khan might hit him with, Amir do that boom, 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 shit. He hit him with a few of them. Go ahead and cancel them on out. That's how I see it. Because
they're gonna sell though in the UK. That's gonna be a big fight in the UK.
Oof, huge.
Because they both got a following from over there.
Huge.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, what, if I'm not mistaken, it already sold out, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It sold out quick. Already jumped up here and said they already sold out.
Hey, and that tells me one thing: rematch. They don't give a fuck. Rematch is gonna be in play.
And make more money than belt holders. Yeah. And they'll make more money than belt holders because you dudes don't know how to damn make yourself marketable, man.
Right.
God damn,
But
bro.
you know what?
Tell people, I say the same shit. Go on Loving Hip Hop. Go on Growing Up Hip Hop. Go on at Black Ink, whichever one. Just pull up. Let somebody else see you. I know you do. None of you guys are gonna go do Dancing with the Stars. None of you guys are gonna go to WWE.
But you know what though?
I'm just saying, Floyd did Dancing with the Stars, WWE, and that he did the Chili show. Like, what's wrong with Chili? Like, Floyd said, give me all y'all, and then all y'all come watch me fight.
Because he was crossing over, and even with Justin Bieber walked out with him.
Yeah, Justin Bieber carry his belt. Justin Bieber could barely hold him. Shit was covering his whole body.
Hold up though. You know the other dude that was with him that crossed him over? Big times?
Wayne, 50 Cent.
Who was next to Bieber when he was walking in the ring? Y'all don't remember?
Lil Wayne.
Triple H.
I was just about to say, when he had Triple H with him. He had,
what fight was that?
Triple H, bro.
The game in the locker room.
Yo, Triple H,
bro. He had Paul Levesque.
Triple H walked in with him.
Floyd got $20 million for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Triple H. Let me tell you something.
Triple H was holding the belts a few times.
Yo, in my opinion, two of the most change setters in the whole game that changed the game was Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. And this is why I say Mike Tyson. The reason why I say Mike Tyson is when Mike Tyson came. Huh?
What's the white dude from Omaha that's a billionaire? What's his name?
Oh, Warren Buffett.
Bro, when Warren Buffett was trying to figure out, Warren Buffett make billions of dollars for everybody else. He make millions of dollars for people. He was trying to figure out how the fuck this little black boy with no high school diploma, college education is about to make $200 million in 30 minutes. He's like, how the fuck you finna do this? I want to know how the fuck you gonna do this. I ain't done this. How you gonna do this? When you see Warren Buffett and he's looking like, how the hell you do this? Now you rubbing elbows with who you supposed to be.
I'm gonna tell you, two of the most influential people that changed the game in my eyes was Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson came in, he came in with an aura. He took it back in the days. Jack Dempsey. Yeah. We're talking about no socks.
Bad to the bone type shit.
When he did that, in my eyes, changed the game. Yeah. Everybody was like, yo, I've never seen anything like this. Right? That's him. That's Mike Tyson. You can't take that from him. Then Floyd came, and I always compare Floyd to Allen Iverson. When Allen Iverson came into basketball, it was the cornrows, the longer short. He changed the game. These guys right now, they got huh?
He had to switch up too. Floyd, because remember, they wanted Floyd to be, they wanted him to be Sugar Ray.
Right.
And the shit wasn't working for Floyd. Right. It wasn't working for Floyd.
So those, to me, in my eyes, in my eyes, those are the two most influential people that changed the game with their style. Mike Tyson was coming out with a cutout towel, and he was playing Public Enemy. And when he was coming in, it was just like, oh, damn, yo, like it was on. Then Floyd came with that glamour that we never saw before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, and Bud is on his last, he's on his way out. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that maybe if Bud would have, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'll put it to you like this. It's very simple because I always compare boxing to hip hop. You remember when Outkast first came out?
Yeah.
It was like nobody knew what down south, like that south, like, oh shit, yo, these dudes from the south, yo, Outkast, yo, you heard about them? And then after Outkast, the whole flood, it just got flooded. Like Outkast came out, they knew how, yo, their verses was tight. They were the first ones to do it because New York City, we didn't want to hear nobody from nowhere else. Like if you wasn't from New York, we wasn't hearing you. But when Outkast came, they were the first ones from down south to open the doors for everybody.
That's true, though.
I haven't seen that one fighter yet that has given me that down south. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that down south. Like, yo, we in the woods right now. We're shooting ducks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we do down south.
You ain't gonna let them do that, man. I mean, he ain't based from that. I mean, he not like originally from down there, but the only person who fights in the South is Earl Spence. That's in Texas, and it's Tank in the A. Tank has the A, but he's from Baltimore, so there's no home. Like after Tank, like I heard he got a gym down there, and you know now that he's down there, the kids like if he can do it, I can do it because he's down there. That's what killed me about Tank too, because you're in Black Hollywood, and you're not fucking seen enough, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You're in Black Hollywood where they shooting everything. There's always a fucking reality show going on.
Right.
Something. I mean, they don't see you at the Hawk games. They don't see you at the Falcons games. You know, like, you're not really seen like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Like being in Baltimore, I hate to say it, the only time he should be in Baltimore is football season.
Right.
Because then, like, if you're gonna be at the Baltimore games and shit like that, and you know, like other than the Baltimore Ravens, is the Baltimore Ravens, the Baltimore Orioles, Tank Davis. That's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So
what I'm saying is, I feel that, you know, all these boxes with all these rappers, all right, that's already played out, man. Like you gotta find something, like find your own niche. Like, you know what I'm saying?
See, that's hard though. I feel what you're saying, but I don't even say that's played out because it's a circle, that a train that keeps going. These new generation rappers, these kids glue on to them. The money machine's gonna keep going. Floyd came out with the Amigos in his a Jake Paul fight. I mean, Logan Paul fight. He came out with them, so you know those were new rappers. But I think you still have to cross over like that. That's the only way I can see with these fighters, because it's really hard for us to support each other. I'm gonna be honest. Most of these guys be streaming these fights, didn't even go in and support.
You gotta do a movie.
100%.
You have to do a movie with you have to do a movie with a big action star.
Kevin Hart.
Or big. You're gonna have to do a movie or something, because if you noticing it, all these UFC and boxers are like, if I'd have known this shit, I'd have done a movie when they was trying to. They ain't had no fights for me. Oh, you got no fights for me? All right, I'm gonna go do this fucking movie.
Not even just movie. It's like the social media, like Jake Paul. You know, you do a lot of stuff to build your platform, man, with little silly videos and different things like that. Jake did that. That's why people was mad at Jake, because of how he came in the game. He came in a side from a YouTuber, and you know that's how he got it. You know, he's not a real fighter. He's developing to a decent fighter. He ain't got that skill on like that. But the point is, he built something from the outside before he came in. That's why he got his fame, and people was building around him, trying to have him fight who he wants. But I'm gonna be honest, Jake Paul versus Canelo do way more numbers than Crawford versus Earl Spence.
100%.
Let's just be honest.
That might break the bank. That might break the bank. But I put it to you like this. It's like, I know that Bud is big into that collegiate wrestling thing. There's so many things that you could tap on that hasn't been tapped on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've always been a city slicker. I'm a city boy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you tell me that I see a fighter who's country and he's like, yo, my family's been making moonshine since day one. This is that source. And you see him in the backwoods, like making moonshine, chopping down trees. I'll be like, oh, damn. Yo, I'm tired of seeing rappers in the club. I'm tired of seeing rappers popping bottles. Like, give me something new. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying 100%. I don't care about the rappers and stuff like that. I just know that's just how the model. I get what you're saying. You want to see something new to grab your attention.
Right.
Say, wow, I've never seen that.
Shit.
I get you. I get what you're saying. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like let's say Bud. Like, I don't know how. I mean, I really don't know how. What's Nebraska? Is that Midwest? What's Nebraska?
That's Midwest.
That's like the Midwest. That's a whole different. That's a whole different world compared to city slickers. You know, I know that Bud is into like those hot rod cars. You know what I'm saying? Yo, working on his hot rod car. Like
that and guns, hot rod cars, Bud's in the cars, guns. I'm gonna shut up about the third one.
I'm gonna keep. Yo, you want me to keep it 100 with you? I'd rather see that than to see somebody walking in with the Migos, because I can see the Migos on television whenever I want. These fighters have to find something. They gotta if they want to build on this platform and they want to make money. You know, you look at Ryan Garcia being a clown, doing whatever he is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They gotta find it. They gotta look for it. They gotta look for that brand new thing, like that brand new craze. Like I said, Mike Tyson, when Mike Tyson did it, it was a craze, bro. When Mike Tyson fought in his prime, everybody stopped. When Floyd fought in his prime, everybody stopped. You either wanted Floyd to beat somebody up or get beat up.
Yeah. I think Floyd. I think he really. Yeah, when he fought De La Hoya, that's when he really skyrocketed. When people wanted to see him lose.
Listen,
like
he said
it. That fight.
Floyd said it best. He said that he learned from wrestlers. He said he learned from wrestling and from Hector Macho Camacho. When Hector Camacho died in Puerto Rico, he said, "Yo, I learned from Hector Macho Camacho." He said, "I learned how to be a bad guy, and I learned from them being the bad guy. That's where the money is.
That's where the money is.
That's where the money is. You know what I mean?" And, you know, it's just, and I like Bud, man. I think he's a very talented fighter. But if these fighters of nowadays think that they could just sit on their asses and just wait for the money to come in, it's a new day and age, man.
And I'm with you. But I tell fighters, too, some fighters just not like that. They're not built that way, and I get it, man. You can still be a great fighter. You just might not be a superstar. So you can't push superstar on every fighter. Andre Ward will probably be forgotten by a lot of the casuals. Hardcore 100%. Hardcore remember him, but he was never a superstar either. But look at his skill set and how good he was. Guillermo Rigondeaux. I can go on and on about guys who we feel are great fighters, great skill fighters, but they're not superstars.
You said it best. You said that with Rolly's mouth, he got himself a $1 million payday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The stuff that was coming out of Rolly's mouth, he said, "My dick is bigger than you." I was crying.
Yeah.
He said, "Shut up. Shut up. I'm gonna."
Yeah, he did.
I was crying.
Hey, he finessed his way, man.
Because I can keep it 100 with you. My man came in with a fur coat looking like Clubber Lang.
Bro, it was hilarious.
Yo, Tank was like, "Yo, ain't you hot in that shit, man?"
Word. Like, Tank was like, he got a fur coat and it's 80 degrees out here. What's wrong with this dude?
Yo, that shit was hilarious, bro.
Tank was so annoying. Yo, that's what made me. Tank was like, I'm really about to fight this dude. Like,
Hey,
Yo.
but
fucking
listen,
sparring partner.
but listen, that
Fucking
lets you know it
sparring
works.
partner. Ooh. He was looking at Leonard like, yo, bro, bro. Ooh, bro, I can't believe I even done this shit. Like,
Yo.
But
bro.
listen, let me tell you a brilliant part about Rolly. You had people who never really paid attention to Rolly wanted to see Rolly fight. Now, he didn't even earn it, but they want to see him now. Like, no,
That's a
we
fact.
don't want no Isaac Cruz. I said Isaac is the best fight for Tank. That's better. No,
Yeah,
we won't.
that was a better fight, bro. If that was the fight that you need to see Tank showcase all his skills. But what happened was they fucked up and we got that first press conference and everybody got this. See, that's what I be trying to tell people, man. When you fucking sign with Showtime, you're gonna get promoted. Like if that shit would have been on like Top Rank or like PBC, that shit wouldn't have got airplay like when it was Showtime. That shit was live. Everybody was there. That's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you get that Showtime deal, I knew Caleb Plant was gonna lose that fight when I seen his eye after the damn press conference. No, it didn't like that off a slap. Oh shit!
Listen, I
Caleb don't stand a chance.
Man, I said with the Caleb Plant situation, I said this is why I told people I didn't like Canelo lining up, having to fight Plant, then David Benavidez, then Canelo. This is what a lot of people were saying, and I said that's stupid. Caleb Plant showed you in the 10th round why he should have had a bigger fight before he fought Canelo. He was looking for validation from Canelo in the 10th round, talking about how I look. I'm look good to be 26-0, huh? I'm doing good against you. I've never seen nothing like that. And I was telling
I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life.
And I was telling people he was never ready for that stage. But yet y'all want to rush these guys when they haven't even fought the level of opposition Canelo has fought. Canelo is in the bright light. He's been there.
That was Canelo pulling the Floyd. That was Canelo pulling the Floyd.
Yeah, and I was just telling people they have to put themselves in the position to fight a Canelo. I don't want Canelo having to fight Charlo next. Why he can't fight Demetrius? Kelly Pavlik had to fight what's his name? What was his fight before Jermaine Taylor? Harrison Miranda. Did nobody want to fight Miranda? He was a puncher, bro. Did nobody want to fight him? Kelly fought him. And then if he didn't fight Miranda before Jermaine Taylor, I don't even think Kelly wins that fight. You know, he went against a puncher. He pushed him back. So when Jermaine hit him, knocked him down, he was able to get back up and say, let's work.
He got back up and beat the shit out of Jermaine. I was looking at that fight.
They went to war.
You got to be able to build your fighters like that. I like Charlo. I don't think he's ready for Canelo. People talking about, oh, yeah, it's different. Bro, get him in a fight where we can sit there and say, not going the distance with Monty, what's his name, Tio, he was fighting. That dude was one-legged, almost damn near. It's like, we got to be able to put these guys in a fight where we can sit there and say, okay, cool. I don't know, man. It's just me. I just feel like these guys, David Benavidez, David or Charlo, need to fight each other. I kept telling people Charlo need to move up and fight Plant before Canelo fought him. I said, why he not moving up trying to make big moves? Some of these guys are comfortable and they crying, don't know why they want to fight me. Make moves. Because it's not easy going up and down in weight. I tell you that right now. What Canelo is doing, that's really dangerous. You know, you're going up, taking this risk, fighting a guy that's low level, but still it's a risk because you're going up and down. You're going to 175, then you're coming back to 168, then you're going back up the cruiser. Man, you crazy. I would never tell no fighter to do that. I personally believe Canelo is doing a favor for the WBC. See, they're looking at it like this. We gave you that belt with Urgel. We gave you that belt. Now you do us a favor. We want to open up this new cruiserweight division, the Bridgerweight, and then the cruiserweight. We can actually make you a 6th division champion. We need you to help us bring some traction to this division while you representing these belts. That's what I believe Canelo do. I don't even believe Canelo wanted to do cruiserweight. That he's doing them a favor if he does move up and actually take that fight. That's why that Don King situation played in a role, because one of his fighters that they trying to fight that's WBC is one of Don King's fighters.
He's one of Don King's fighters.
Yeah, in Warren. He's fighting Warren. But that's what I think.
They want to get that belt away from Don King.
Right. So they trying to do what they can, but I think that's the politics. I think Canelo is doing a favor for the WBC. That's something he really wants to do, because that's a risk. going to
Where do you
cruiserweight. I
think
don't care.
Canelo wants to stay at? Where do you think he wants
I
to
think
stay
he's
at?
comfortable. I think he 168 or between 168 175, or he can play the A side thing where he try to put that 172. You know how he played these catch weights sometimes. So
Yeah.
I think he's comfortable right there 168 because it's not easy going back up and down weight. Man, I don't care who you are. That is not easy. It's dangerous. It's actually dangerous.
At 175, is Better Be his toughest fight?
Better Be. He's. I think the thing with Canelo and him, if we're going off power, if we're going off skill, no, man. Power, can Canelo get hit with his stuff? I don't even think Better Be can hit him.
Right.
Yeah, I think the guy like Better Be is tailor made for Canelo's style. Even like going forward or coming back, because it Better Be coming forward, Canelo's going to counter punch the shit out of him.
Right.
Oh, you talking about David? Yeah,
huh?
David is all offense though. David is more offense than defense though. So it's like I think David wouldn't throw that many punches against Canelo because Canelo will be making him pay for.
Well, yeah. You talking about David
Benavidez.
David
yeah, but I'm
Benavidez.
talking about like with Better Be.
I thought you were talking about Arthur Better Be. I thought you were talking about
yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Arthur,
I'm talking about.
Yeah, Arthur is a little slow. I think Arthur is a little slow when it comes.
Yeah, he can't fuck with him.
Yeah. I think, but he can punch. I think he can punch, man. But I don't really see a threat against Canelo. Canelo got a chin. That's the one thing people don't give credit for. The motherfucker can roll off punches and he can take some punches. And you give me a guy like that who got skill, who can maneuver, and he's he's learned how to cut the ring off against pure boxers now. He's going to the body. He's staying consistent there. Canelo has gotten better. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. DeVoe, I don't know. It's other fighters. I just don't know. Do you got a puncher's chance? Yeah, man. But I just don't know skill for skill that none of these guys that they're at that weight that can actually really give him a challenge, man. 175.
What's his? Does he have a mega fight? Who's that fighter that's going to give him that mega fight?
Who, Canelo?
Yeah. Does it exist?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Earl come up to 165. Have Earl bring Earl
Fights at
up
160.
Texas. That's Texas. Earl will take that.
Fight is at 160 and it's Earl Spence.
Yep. I wouldn't even say 160. I say 165. They'll do a catchweight. I've already said this.
That's why that go my whole thing with it. When people say, when they ask me why would Bud go to 154, because Earl has another mega fight that can actually be made. Bivol is lurking. Bivol's not young. He's not lurking. Not young, bro. He's hanging on.
Arthur is older too.
If you don't think that that's like, I mean, Smith went the distance with Bivol.
Right.
Canelo will do all these guys dirty. If he can't knock him out, it's gonna be unanimous.
But that's the one thing people don't give Canelo credit for, especially his haters, because I deal with that a lot. I criticize him. He did some things. Yes, he has cheated. But one thing about Canelo, you cannot compare to all these other guys. Danny Jacobs, Charlo, Plant. He has never had a fight where you thought he was supposed to dominate, the Rocky Fieldings, whoever, where he didn't look good, where he had a bad night. You can never sit there and say, well, you know, he had a little off night. Canelo dominate the guys he's supposed to dominate. We can't say that for Charlo. We can't say that for Demetri Andredes. Them guys are allowed to have off nights. But when it comes to Canelo, he can't. You know, he's dominating them. And that's one thing people are not pointing out. I respect his skill set. Does he pick and choose a little bit here and there where he can get blast for? Absolutely. I think he didn't done that before, but I think it was a lack of confidence because of what Laura did to him. What Laura did, Oscar, who's a great matchmaker, was trying to tell him, don't fight Laura. Don't fight Laura. Canelo was like, no, I'm fighting him. And when that fight was over, that's when the Canelo started to say, you're right. It's time for me to start moving this way and this way. And he started to work on those type of style that was his kryptonite. And Canelo told De La Hoya, no. These other promoters or advisors, these other fighters say they own balls, PBC. But they ain't never told Al no. I know. I'm taking this fight. I'm doing this fight. Canelo has. You see what I'm saying? So Canelo took that risk, but he started to see where he went wrong. And now he, like I said, he can fight those styles. He got Rashidi Ellis in his training camp, bro. Rashidi Ellis, the slick,
He got both of the
guy
brothers.
who I talk Bill.
He sparred both of the brothers. He sparred both of the brothers, don't he?
So he's mastered his kryptonite, in my opinion. So I don't see nobody really bringing something to him that he's, a consistent jab. Canelo don't like consistent jabs. I can tell you that. You got a consistent jab, and you stay on them. Boy, listen, you can get Canelo with a consistent jab. That's the one thing I can give Charlo that advantage. If he keep that consistent jab, he has a chance.
I got a question for you. Dream fight. Tony, Canelo. Who wins?
Tony who?
James Tony.
Tony.
That
168 Tony?
Nasty.
Or 160 Tony?
James Tony's a beast.
I think James Tony wins at both weight classes. Word up. He too slick. He too slick. James
that man is a throwback.
Man,
James
he is. I'm about to get off.
When I say that, when you say Bill was only 31, I'm saying like when you say he's lurking, that means like he's in his late 20s, mid to late 20s. When he in his 30s, he's 31 already. Okay, Canelo's 31, he's 31. How many wars you think Canelo gonna put him? I don't know, people not understanding. How many wars you think Canelo gonna put him through before he fights him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He might tell him, if you want me, you gotta fight Better Beef.
Right.
He
might definitely pull that off.
Beef and Smith a fight all before one of them get a shot at Canelo.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And if whoever wins, let's say Bill beat all them. When he fights Canelo, he gonna be beat down. Canelo gonna beat the shit out of him like he did Kovalev. Kovalev took that fight on this. He was being sued, going through a divorce, and his money was low.
Yeah.
And Canelo was like, hey, I got some money for you.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of money for you. He's like, man, I just came off 2 wars. I'll put another $1 million on it.
I'll put it to you like this. If Canelo had another kid, Floyd should be his godfather. Because Floyd gave Canelo the shot, the opportunity for Canelo to be where he's at. And I think that Canelo learned so much from Floyd that he's at where he's at right now.
Oh,
I honestly feel that if there was no Floyd, there would have never been a Canelo.
No, you know what? I agree with you 100% on that. Before I get out of here, man, I definitely agree with you on that because that was another thing that I was impressed with. Everybody Floyd fought never excelled after the loss. Canelo did. Nope. And that was another thing. People said, well, he learned from Canelo. He fought, Floyd beat him up, and that's what he learned from. I was like, but ain't that funny? Floyd got a gym with a whole bunch of other black fighters and the guys that he signed to TMT and all them other guys that's been under Floyd, but yet they couldn't master what Canelo did. You're going to have to get his man some respect sooner or later. They couldn't do it. He lose to Floyd. Floyd pretty much washed him. Let's just put it that way. But yet he learned the style. And,
you know what? That's one fight that I put my money on where I know Canelo knew he was going to lose, but it was an opportunity he could not miss. Canelo knew he was going to lose that fight, but he was going to get put on a platform, and he couldn't miss that opportunity.
He passed the torch.
That fight was numbers before. That fight broke numbers. That was record breaking before he did the Pacquiao fight. Yep. He did a lot of money on that fight.
Yep.
And I guarantee you,
they thought Canelo was gonna beat him.
It was called the one. It was called the one.
Yeah.
Word.
I guarantee you, Canelo knew he was gonna get taken to school, and his team told him, "Yo, you know what? Yo, we got to take it." And that's what I honestly feel, that there's fighters out there that they know, yo, dude, I know I don't think I could beat this guy, but we got to go in there. We got to go work.
That's putting yourself in a position to pass the torch, and that's what happened when Floyd did that. Canelo did a good job of taking that and running with it, man, and he became the A-side after that, man. But shoot, I'm about to beat up out, man. It was good being on this show with y'all, man.
Appreciate you,
man. Every time, bro. You already know you know how we do, bro.
Man, nothing but love, man. I appreciate it, man. Nothing but love, man.
Thank you for the learnings,
I
man.
got
Thank you for the
man.
learnings.
We got to set up some of them interviews with anyone, anybody, bro. I don't care.
I got you. I got you,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
It's going down. It's going down. All right.
All right, bro.
Man.
All right.
Yo, Pop.
Oh.
Yo, I appreciate you, my brother.
Hey, bro. Oh man, you know what it is, man. I ain't even tell you that. I called him earlier. He said he's gonna pull up at 5:30. So I knew he was gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was memorable, man.
Like,
that was memorable.
Yeah,
that was definitely memorable. But you know what? Me, you, and Shy gotta link up to get this down pack. How we gonna do this?
Yeah, a few times we gonna have to do it because Shy be doing he do because there's a lot of basketball and football. He doing all the games. Yeah. And he does the boxing, and he does the church, and then he's dropping the videos. So we might have to just take over, just hold the platform, have something. He'll pull up, and then while we doing it, everybody else gonna pull up because I think he working on us getting, you know what I'm saying, a male interview, a Jihad. We try to get a Marley. Try to get a couple of people. Try to get a Troy Isley. Everybody to pull up. Yo, C Wood, listen. I get what you're saying when you say how Bivol beat Smith. He beat him with this 119, 109 twice, and the 118, 110. But here's the thing that, like, if you live in New York and you know, Joe's a part-time boxer. He's a full-time construction worker.
And he got his own business, right?
Like he like in the past few years with the boxing money, he made his own business. That was the side business. So then he was, he had a main job, I think, and then he had his side shit. And then once he started catching, they like, oh, ain't you the boxer? They like, yeah. Then that shit take on, and that shit take on. You know what I'm saying? And so like Joe's like when you're not in the gym dedicated like you're supposed to, when you in the bag and still answering the phone, still setting up. Like, you got to be fully dedicated when you fighting a talent like Bivol. You can't be worried about setting up, you know what I'm saying, sheetrock jobs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So a focused Joe Smith.
We're talking about Bivol versus Canelo.
Yeah, I see it. I get all that, but I don't think Bivol's ready. I see him fight. I don't think he's ready for Canelo. What I'm saying is, if Bivol didn't knock out a part-time boxer and he's full-time, that tells me, Joe wants his rematch with Bivol. That's what he was talking about. I'm a different fighter. Like, now, I'm the boss. I ain't got to work. Joe had 3 jobs. He was boxing, he was working in construction, and his own company side hustle. Now that you cut one out the way, when you're the boss, you set up jobs, but you ain't got to work them. You can actually get set up when you're the champion. I mean, that's different.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Bivol ain't talented, but I think Canelo walked. Man, what? Bivol, Beterbiev, Smith, Berlanga. Who else you want to put in there? Benavidez. I think, Canelo watches all them dudes in the next year if they want to fight. Because they all get hit. If you watch those fights, Benavidez gets hits. He get hit a lot.
Yeah.
He gets hit a lot.
And he has no discipline.
No, he doesn't. He has no discipline. So can he even make weight for the fight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
stay away from that snowfall.
So, you know what I'm saying? We come to him and then you talking about with Bivol and Beterbiev, like I give Bivol a better chance than Beterbiev.
Right.
I give him a better chance than you know what I'm saying, because he's not as flat-footed and slow. Like, we talking about Canelo, you're gonna be built for him.
And number one is you gotta have some type of crack to keep Canelo off you, and I don't think Bivol got that.
See, Wood, I know who you're speaking on. I said that Bivol has a better chance of winning against Canelo than Arthur does. I got him I give him a better chance. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
Pop, I gotta do the
Yeah.
juicing. I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah. All right, bro. Come on, I'm shut
Appreciate
down
you,
a
brother.
minute anyway.
I appreciate you.
All time.
Big time.
So we have been I've been smoking without smoking, man, and I gotta go get my smoke. Or no, yeah, bro. I said that now, but I never said that. I always said that better. No, I get that, but we're talking about at the 175. There's the champions are I forget the other guy, but it's Bivol, it better be Eb, and it's Joe Smith, and I forget the other guy. And you talking about Canelo gonna go up to 130, go to 175? I think he beats all of them. If it was when it comes to like other than if Canelo, I think Bivol probably could run that division. But I want to see him running back with Joe, full-time boxing Joe. Even though, Joe's kind of a one-trick pony, but he's a tough motherfucker. I would love to see him running back with Joe for the belts unification. I would love to see that. But we've been rocking here. I think I got about 5 more minutes of my rock out, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole while I've been watching I've been over here like watching BFTB the whole time I was rocking. I'm multitasking this motherfucker. But what you talking about? See what you say? You said I am talking actually really smoke out there for Canelo. I like Bivol over the rest. I said that too at 175. At 175, I like Bivol the best for him, but I think Canelo beats him. I think Canelo beats him. You know what I'm saying? I just do. My opinion. I mean, I'm not saying Bivol's a shitty fighter. He's no cherry pick. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker can fight. And he can crack. But before I see somebody just, beat the shit out of Canelo, or can be able to change that's gonna take a while. Prove that motherfucker to me, homie. Word. Canelo's shown that, and he got that special made steaks. That shit ain't gonna be easy. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. I enjoy everybody that pulled up, man. And until next time, man, when the smoke pull up, man, smoke some with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all love. I'll let your boy, man.